Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades. Give me the courage so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. Yeah. I want you to listen to me. Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. The drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit. This family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent. I gave in. I was hell bent. I still lost you in the end. I take 2 steps forward and I take 3 steps back. You can hear the contradiction. Maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of feeling weak, no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried underneath the happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief.
Atsuko, what's up, man? Is this about the time you get up every morning or just have some spare time? I'm starting late, but I notice you usually come in about this time too. Just curious.
Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind.
Welcome, everybody.
I think about the past. It's set in stone, I have to view it through the glass. Made a lot of mistakes, I'm learning to adapt. I sit alone and overanalyze the aftermath. No straight and narrow, always seeking out a shortcut. And in the further back, see me playing catch up in the days of sin wonder. Are my days really numbered? Shit, I don't know, but I ain't getting any younger. Not made up, but I made up. I suggested you just keep it zip. Had to lose my brother to learn the value of relationships. I can't forget, I take myself a little trip down memory lane. It's as real as it gets. Sometimes I scare myself from what I really might do. I keep telling you, I've got a couple screws loose, but you refuse to believe the things that I say to you. That's okay, you can join me in the institute. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me.
Hey, welcome.
I am back, I am better than ever. I survived a little storm and kept my own shit together. But inside my desperation, I was seeking desperate measures. There's a change up in the season, and I'm just a little weathered. There's a thin line between happiness and misery. Pursue the truth, life is not a fucking mystery. Get a clue, common sense is not your enemy. I was just like you, concerned with just the victory. I used to be a hothead, got a firm grip on my temper. I'm on that next level, balanced and I'm centered. Pain is dangerous, it seems to be my motivator. I'm the type to shoot first and ask the questions later. Can't tell me nothing, this motherfucker knows I tried. I sent him messages, 1,000 prayers with no reply. Can't call my nightmares with a motherfucking lullaby. So fire up that cigarette, pour a shot that multiplies. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Lose your mind with me.
Oh, I've already been down that rabbit hole, David Brasher. That was some shit.
With clenched fists, my hands steady. I'm ready to take this leap of faith, and my palms sweaty. I'm so afraid, in a state of panic. I'm a basket case. I step back, I'm hell bent. In this first attempt, gotta keep the pace. If God forgives, I'm ready to live this life full of unpromised days. So fuck it now, I'm all in. Hate motherfuckers wanna keep me down, and what goes around, it comes around. If heaven don't want me, then I'm hellbound. And inside my man, it's Southside land. Set fire to the past, walk through these ashes, fighting for the best. Still black, ready shopping. Come and take a ride with me, motherfucker, hop in. Welcome back at a full clip. All aboard this crazy train. No money, no cars, no champagne, but I'm still alive and I can't complain. But drama free, it's plain to see. Getting used to these growing pains. Success is certain, back to work, and goddamn, I can feel the change. Side of the coin, I'm paranoid. On the surface, I play it cool and I'm afraid of heights, but out of spite, you put me up on this pedestal, but I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye, and the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days.
It's the worst movie ever. The movie that actually affects your life. You're just out here offing people.
Myself the same questions, ignore the facts. I can't turn back. God, please answer me. I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist, it's gut wrenching. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing. I'm not religious, but remember this: I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me. It's hard to believe, and everything around me is so diseased. So answer this: who the fuck are you, and who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all His prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I've clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half-mast. Hard to live in the mood so fast, and everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions, but where the fuck is the light of my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die when happiness is in short supply? They hand you a pill and they tell you to try. I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Yeah. I want you to listen to me. Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. The drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit, this family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent, I gave in. I was hell-bent, I still lost you in the end. I take 2 sets forward and I take 3 sets back. You can hear the contradiction, maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of feeling weak, no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried underneath the happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief. What the fuck am I saying? All you faggots paying attention. God blessed you with ears, but you idiots never listen. I guess I'm
Sorry, just a second, guys. I was pulling something up. I apologize.
Come on, get relaxed. Take another hit. Headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me.
All right, guys, here we go. Before we get started, I do have a pretty major announcement. I just need to stop everything and go ahead and go over this, I guess. This comes from one of my top Intel and Silver sources. It's pretty deep. It's pretty magical. And I think we should just take some time to reflect. And I quote, "As we sit and wait for something to happen, we again remember why it's not wise to put specific dates into our heads. Did something happen today regarding NESARA? Possibly. Was that something announced as we said it might be? Certainly not. Let me remind you folks of something very important. We are not waiting on a timeline to expire. The next steps are not driven by time. They are event driven. I waited all day today to catch some intel as to what might be happening behind the scenes. Nothing came. Am I disappointed? Yes, of course I am. I'm sure we're all disappointed. In fact, I know we all are. But please remember something. We have already won this war. And all that's left is the cleanup. Yeah, it sucks waiting. The end will not be for everyone. Are you part of that phrase? I know I'm not. I'll be back live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, I'm scouring my channels to see if something went on today that we're all unaware of. I guess when you're looking for something to happen, you'll probably find it. Oh, did anybody notice this news article? This sounds an awful lot like Nassara, don't it? No, not at all. Well, it fits the right day, doesn't it? Oh God, this is of course from the Silver Salesman, and he he is the one who announced that Nassara would be announced today, and everybody fucking repeated it. It wasn't announced. Nothing happened. Same as always. Move the fucking goalpost and start the show.
Hey. Hey.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Hey.
They be like,
What?
will you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? 'Cause all my bitches love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumping. And for you, to back it up and dump it.
Pump it out.
Put your arms out front, lean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hits the dance with thunder.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie. Break it down.
你好吗？经常你很高兴的真快乐，没过来。
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
I ain't from Dallas but I D-town boogie. I show my moves off now if buddy trying to do me. I lead our functions and all the ladies trying to screw me. Now you just do you and I'ma do me.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
Word.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
This is a really hard job. Literally.
Help us.
Say what?
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Sorry for the late start. I was looking something up that I was sitting here trying to figure out earlier today, with a video that was posted then deleted, and a link that I had, and somebody sent me an email and helped me out, and they gave me some information right towards the end. And I figured, I would try to grab it and cover that point, but I have other things to cover too, trying to open all the links. I was just running late. So we're going to go ahead and get started, but before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you don't mind. We're trying to grow. Of course, if you're on Facebook, like the video and like the page. That way you get notifications. Same thing with YouTube, turn the bell on. I guess you guys know how to do that. Make sure it's on all notifications or you'll only get the notifications that YouTube thinks is important. I hope you got a chance to see the new the video I dropped today with, you would have seen it last night in the stream as well, but it was the video of Mark admitting that the name of the game was just lying to people and hoping they show back up. So that video came out today. Thank you for joining us again. I'm going to start the bot in the chat. If you want to donate, you're more than welcome. I do want to, I keep seeing this. I feel like I should address it or maybe make a slogan or something that pops up in the chat, or I don't know. But, real quick, we have the Cult Club link, we have the Buy Me a Coffee link, which is better from Facebook, Buy Me a Coffee, and then we have the GoFundMe for the issue with the house. So I saw this in like 3 or 4 chats today. I knew that one group was talking about me, and I knew they referenced a second group on Telegram, so I searched Cold Beer to see where I popped up. And a lot of people were talking about me. A lot of people were talking about the Phil video, the Mike video, the Negative 48 video, and exposing who he was. A lot of people were talking about it positively and negatively. Some people neutral, didn't really know what to say. But one theme was, he says nobody can make money. I don't say that. I make money. Like I think it's people's got to make money. I mean, like I want this to be my full-time job. Well, between this and my disability check, I want this to be my job. I think people should make money. The problem is when you're pumping out hopium and when you're telling a lie and you're just pushing the grift and moving the goalposts and making money. I have an issue with that. I really don't care what your product is. We can be selling the exact same fucking t-shirt. And I think you need to at least try to be truthful with your audience. And I understand that some people are going to say, well, some of these guys are idiots. They probably believe it, so they think they're saying the truth. Well, then they should have learned how to fucking research better. They should have learned how to research that shit better, because I don't put out shit that I can't prove. And if I do, it has a gigantic disclaimer on it. Or I've got the fucking receipts. Their receipts are, guys, we all know that Jesus slept with JFK, and that's how we got JFK Jr. Like they don't check, they don't put out. I can't help it, they're dumb. That's not my problem. But when you're selling on the back, so like, especially if you're one of these Nasara Gasara people, and you're selling to people and having them piss away their checks, max out their credit cards, in chance that some type of debt forgiveness is coming. You know how fucked up that is? It's like me selling you something you don't fucking need, or a brand new car, or a car at 3 times the price, and saying, don't worry, debt will be forgiven soon. Like that's fucked up. These people think they can only come to you. You've told them everybody else is a fucking liar. You have the truth. You sell it based on hopium, and that's the issue. I don't have no other issue with anybody else on YouTube that sells merch and shit. Have at it. As long as it's not some type of scheme to make money and you're not pumping it full of hopium, have at it. But you're taking advantage of the vulnerable. A lot of times people on fixed income, a lot of times people who don't understand how the internet works, Photoshop, editing videos, a lot of people that don't know how to find receipts. I understand not everybody knows how to research. Don't start a show based on these topics. If you can't figure out how to research, don't start a show based on deep secret intel and political motives, and don't do it. Don't do it. So anyways, go out there and make that money. Just keep it honest. I'd call the same businesses out here on the street if they were doing shady business practices. So thank you for joining us again. Season 2's fucking wild. Here we go. Let's start off with a. We got to address the Brad Barton $1 million elephant in the room. So let's go ahead and hit up this this news story. Hundreds gather for We the People rally in Muhlenberg County. Hundreds gather. Here we go.
Good evening, I'm Randy Moore. We're going to get to that story in a moment, but we start with a rally in Powderly at the Ag Center in Muhlenberg County. The We the People Reunion, as it's called, started today. It's a conservative event hosting speakers such as the CEO of
By the way, if you missed that,
hosting speakers such
if you missed this right here, it says Trump won. By Dan. Only someone at this rally showed up with BIDAN. Bye, Dan.
Event hosting speakers such as the CEO of MyPillow, Mike Lindell, former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, and Pastor Greg Locke.
So they had Greg Locke, Mike Lindell, Mike Flynn, and Lynn Wood. And they got a few hundred people there.
Said that he was at the Capitol during the January 6th riot. Promoters said they expected crowds of about 10,000 people. Well, fewer than
expected crowds of 10,000 people.
10,000 people. Well, fewer than 300 were there. 14 News was allowed in the parking lot to shoot some video, but we were later.
A few hundred people were there. They expected 14,000. Let me see if the plate's visible. Hold on. Oh, the plate's not visible. They didn't show it.
Such as the CEO of My 300 were there. 14 News.
Around 300 were there.
300 were there. 14 News was allowed in the parking lot.
Brad was telling his chat that 50,000 people were going to be there.
Expected crowds of about 10,000 people. Well, fewer than 300 were there. 14 News was allowed in the parking lot to shoot some video, but fewer than 300 were there. We were later asked to leave the fairgrounds. Any attempts we've made to speak with local leaders and event organizers have been denied. We did speak with a group of women who fear that such a large event is dangerous during a pandemic.
People are getting sick and they're dying. Friends of ours, people we know, and we have not been able to stop it.
I'm not a fan of Two Mask Rhonda here. She looks like the type of person who just gets up in somebody's business. She has no fucking place being. You know what I mean? Like, still. But I do think it's funny that they had a couple hundred. That's the same thing I said, Melanie. I said it seems disrespectful to me to have an all-out patriot, let's celebrate, have a good time, listen to music and dance and sing and cheer and yell Trump at each other on 9/11. I said the same thing when he was planning this shit, like back in January. And he addressed it in a video back then and said something like, well, we all know that it was an inside job, so I don't see why we can't, big things happen on 9/11, and this is going to be a big thing. I thought it was weird.
And we have not been able to stop it. We've tried. We've pleaded. We've sent requests.
It cannot be good to have so much resistance on your double mask, maybe a triple mask, that it fucking sucks in. So I know that other people have done this. Have you ever accidentally... I'm not saying that you're like the dumb kid who the warning label is about and you put like a bag over your head. But have you ever accidentally been breathing too close to a plastic bag and it like sucks to your throat right quick? And it kind of freaks you out because it's so quick and so solid you don't expect it. You're just breathing in, inhaling. It's probably not a good idea when you turn your mask inside out from the breaths you were taking.
And they're dying. Friends, people we know.
Look at that suction.
And we have not been able to stop it. We've tried. We've pleaded. We've sent requests. Done whatever we could.
The event continues through the weekend. Opening night attracted a couple of hundred guests.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit too much resistance. We the People reunion, a conservative rally, began in Muhlenberg County on Friday. The event is hosting speakers such as CAO of MyPillow Mike Lindell, former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn, and Pastor Greg Locke, who has in the past admitted to being at the Capitol during the Jan 6 Capitol riot. The rally began at the Muhlenberg County Agriculture and Convention Center. Promoters said they expected crowds of around 10,000 people. Fewer than 300 were at the event when 14 News arrived. 14 News was allowed in the parking lot to shoot some video, but was later asked to leave the fairgrounds. Any attempts made to speak with local leaders and event organizers have been denied. 14 News did speak with a group of women who fear such a large event is dangerous. People are getting sick, and that was the quote. The event is continuing through the weekend. This wasn't the only place that shared it. Let me grab one more link right quick while we're talking about it. This wasn't the only place that shared it. Of course, some of the AP picked it up and sent it different places, and then Raw Story picked it up. So here's the Raw Story version. Attendance calamity at Kentucky rally featuring pro-Trump conspiracy theorists. Some of the biggest names in pro-Trump conspiracy theories were unable to draw much of a crowd at the We the People reunion rally in Kentucky. The event is hosting speakers such as CEO, blah, blah, blah. This is all the News 14. The station reported on attendance at the event. And then they have the clip right here. Event organizers said they expect to have 10,000 people at the fairgrounds for a rally with Mike Flynn, Mike Lindell, and Pastor Greg Locke. Fewer than 300 showed up. Brad's kind of made, not only was he small enough to be made fun of with 300 people showing up, I'm pretty sure as small as I am, I could have something that more than 300 people showed up at. But not only was he small enough to only have 300 people show up, so he got made fun of, he's apparently big enough to catch the eye of much larger outlets that are going to spread this. I don't think it's going to end well. I've seen people say that his chat's calling him out, and there's a lot of questions being asked about attendance and shit like that. But I would just, I I need to search for it. I haven't found it yet, but I will search for it later and see if we can find anything, or if he goes, well, he won't go live until probably Monday. Anyways, the last thing he posted was, what an event, the absolute best lineup of the strongest voices anywhere in the country. We're in Kentucky this weekend. Who were your top 5? And secondly, what did you take away from this event to put into action to do your part to save our country? And then, of course, there's 300 comments on that. The event turned out so well, extraordinary, with such amazing speakers and vendors. I'm sure the people that are there are probably going to say that it was fake news. But you guys saw the footage from the parking lot. There wasn't a whole lot of people there, or else that parking lot would have been semi-full. I'm trying to see if anybody fake news is putting out that no one showed up. I saw an article today. Damn it, I need to search article, but this isn't searchable, is it? No, not the replies. Where can we watch the replays? I tried twice today and got a message. It keeps saying offline. I paid for this. Oh, that person sounds happy. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to fall. Hopefully some of the people see that they're not this gigantic movement where Brad can make the next BradTube the competitor for YouTube, which was his original claim. I don't care if he's a millionaire or not. YouTube spent years and years and years and maybe still is losing money to host all these fucking videos. Like he's not gonna make BradTube and be able to host all this and put all those people in chat and let them all hang out and create the next Facebook and be on the radio. I don't know. I don't understand how you have any pride in something that it got hit up on Newsweek too. That was the other link I had. I don't see how you have so much pride in something that you know that you're lying about and kind of bullshit your way to the top, and you have a 1776 to stream it, which is fucking ridiculous. Let's see what this is. Do they have any words? Oh, this is just Mike Lindell. Who is Mike Lindell?
Going by.
Okay, that video was just on Mike. I'm sure it's the same. Organized a Kentucky rally in support of former Donald Trump. Several prominent allies and conspiracy theorists expected some 10,000 people to show up this weekend. Instead, less than 300 were in attendance when local journalists attempted to cover the proceedings. It was in Powderly, Kentucky. Friday and Saturday in My Pillow. General Mike Flynn, Lynn Wood, and others were featured. But was later asked to leave, according to a report. The news channel reported the promoters that expected crowd of 10,300 showed up. See, I don't understand why the organizers wouldn't speak to I understand you got an issue with like CNN and mainstream media or whatever, but you won't speak to like a local news? Hell, that might have got some people down there, especially in Kentucky. The biggest Patriot rally of the year, a true reunion of We the People, combining the biggest names in conservative Patriot movement, including General Flynn, Linwood, Candace Owens, Mike Lindell. Oh, Candace Owens was there too. She's awesome. And many others, along with top-notch Christian and country music entertainment. Simply put, this will be the event of the year for American Patriot. Oh, no. See, Brad's issue is he waited too long to try to cash in. There was a time where the big rave was Patriot rallies, and, Candace bailed. She probably saw the attendance coming. There was a time that Patriot rallies were all the rage, and people were making money, hand over fist as fast as they could get it. But that kind of died off there for a little bit. And then it was these Patriot Street Fighter style things, and Patriot Street Fighter, with all his following, couldn't get a decent audience to gather up. I mean, 30, 40 people, that's nothing. And then Brad's going to try to plan this with all these people, and think of how many different ways they had to split the money. Jesus Christ. It was just, I don't know. It's shit. It's shit. There's VIP tickets. Tickets were sold for $250. VIP tickets were $500. The VIP tickets for $500 included dinner as long as you brought your own chair. I think he missed the time. touring the U.S., participating in pro-Trump events. Trump also continues to make similar groundless claims. During a Friday interview with the Gateway Pundit, Trump and again claimed Biden had to win. He suggested Biden would be removed from office prior to the end of. So I do think he's making another pushback. When he kind of acted like he had tapped out already, and now it's like he's making another push again. I don't know. What's up, buddy? When you want to say goodnight? Yeah. Okay, let me fix the microphone and Ollie can say goodnight. Hold on. Let me turn this off, right? And then we'll go over here and turn this one off. And then we'll let Ollie say goodnight. Come here. Did you just get out of bath? Here. Here, put your leg over. Here. Talk to everybody.
Hi.
What's your name?
I would not.
No, talk right. Ollie with the 99 News.
I would not do.
What'd you just do?
Let me tell you. You wet hole at me.
Okay, well then why'd you get up here?
Ollie.
Stand up. On your own feet. Don't slide off. Stand up.
Cool.
So we went swimming in the river with Lucy.
Went swimming in the river?
Yeah.
No, Ollie, don't get on my leg. You're just going to say it hurts in 2 minutes. Went swimming in the river?
Yeah.
How was that? Was that fun?
Yeah.
Did you swing into the river on the rope swing?
No.
Tell them who did.
Who did?
Lucy.
Lucy?
And
Baba.
Baba swung in?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't met all kind of knuckle dinner.
yeah, he wouldn't swing out far enough, huh?
Well. What else?
Did
you see the wild chickens?
No, I saw chickens.
Chickens? Yeah, they're wild. They just walk around. They're not in a cage. Stand up.
We're free.
They're free range like mommy.
Shut up.
Stop moving.
Cow.
Chicken cow. What else?
Bud.
Tell them you got school tomorrow, so you gotta go to bed.
I go.
Tomorrow, so you gotta go to bed.
Okay.
No, tell them.
I go.
I gotta go to bed.
I go bed.
Say love you, night.
Well,
What's your name?
I will not know.
Okay. Squeeze it. Well, you're not supposed to try to get in here, Ollie. You always stand beside me, and for some reason you jumped on top of me. Is Liam coming or not?
Yeah.
Alright, let's let Liam do his, and then we'll get back after it. I've got an actual good show. Hang on for just a second. I've got a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah. Hi guys. Today's been fun. Today, the big thing that happened today is the Fortnite event happened, which is really cool. So, it was.
Listen, I'm moving the microphone towards you. Don't back away from it, because then I have to keep moving. Eventually we're gonna run out of cord. Okay.
But yeah, I really liked season 7. I think it was a really good season. I loved the aliens. I loved it, like all the new POIs. And the event was really cool. We went into the mothership and we armed a bunch of bombs. And I love the build up for it also, where you like walked around and you saw them, like the aliens doing patrol to see if you were in your cages. And I love the build up when you see Kevin come out of the floor and like the Sloane's like, no, I thought you almost destroyed the entire island, how can you be back? And then I love the twist that Sloane just said, no, I'm not bringing you back. Then we like reboot Kevin and make him blue, and he brings us, and then there's like this giant farm of Kevins, which actually in that scene, did you know there's a golden Kevin in the very back of the
They're never going to watch it, but yeah, okay. And then what happens?
Yeah, and then the entire mothership blows up, and we're landing on the Fortnite map, and we see like everything fall. And something I'm kind of sad about, while watching it, I watched this video of like everything you missed, and I saw like in the meteor, one of the like damages landed on Pleasant Park, which is like my favorite place to land, so I'm sad. Yeah, so hopefully it's a good place. I bet Pleasant Park is big enough because there's a linked POI of the pyramids, so I really hope that's where the pyramids are, because I'm definitely landing there. But yeah, I love the Fortnite event. You should go watch it and see what you might have missed and what I might have missed. But I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, son. Yes, Fortnite had an event. So if you guys don't know, Fortnite's a video game, and they, in between seasons, they have these events. Like stuff happens. It's almost like you're playing a movie. And during those events, it rechanges the map, and a lot of times they'll come out with new weapons or new things. Sorry, I'm just turning on my noise gates while I'm doing this. But they'll come out with new weapons, new areas of the map. The map will change, different things like that. That's what happens at Fortnite. And most of the events were replayable. You used to be able to replay them. Liam's only seen one of them live, but he's played them all. But this one's actually not even replayable, which I thought was weird. You either had to play it live or it's not replayable. And then Fortnite was down for 24 hours while they changed the map and readjust everything post-event, and then you can play again. All right. Thank you for hanging out with us. That was Liam and Oliver. They both have a little part of my show, so... During a Friday interview, the Gateway Pundit, Trump again claimed, we just read that. When you rob Tiffany's of its diamonds and you get caught, you're supposed to return them. The people are rising up. You're going to let somebody that stay there for 3 more years? I can't imagine it. You better get ready. Trump and his allies have not provided evidence to substantiate their extraordinary claims of widespread fraud. Dozens of elections challenge lawsuits filed by the former president and his supporters have failed in the state and federal courts. Even judges appointed by Trump and other Republicans have dismissed the challenges. Former Attorney General William Barr, who was widely viewed as one of Trump's most loyal cabinet members, said in December there was no evidence. Meanwhile, multiple audits and recounts in key battleground states, including the areas where the election was overseen by pro-Trump Republicans, have reaffirmed Biden's November victory. Meanwhile, a majority of Republican voters appear to believe the groundless claims about this. A CNN poll published on Sunday showed 59% of GOP voters said that it was somewhat or very important to believe that Trump won the 2020 election in order to identify as a member of the Republican Party. The survey had a margin of error plus or minus 2.8 percentage points. They've got the majority of the right on their side. They've got the 100% of the crazy on their side. And I'm afraid they're going to use that crazy. I'm afraid they're going to unleash that crazy, but at least this event didn't go well. I would rather see it 300 people than 10,000 people like they thought. Thank God. Who knows what would have happened. But I do see them over here in the comments complaining about it. Be bold. Love hearing all of them. Wish I could have been there. I was hoping somebody else would get mad about 11 of us attended the event from Northwest Kentucky, and we had a game plan before we went and just had a greater motivation when we came home. Why didn't you say nothing about the people that were there? And 14 News is getting an email from me on their website. We have video. 300 my backside. It was from John Stieglitz. Typically super, small, especially in the South, small little hometown news stations aren't super fucking biased, you know. I'm Brad. I'm determined to inform people of what we learned there. Going to contact 1776, We the People, to train. Going to read and reread Constitution, Bill of Rights, share with friends and strangers. I will march these in the streets if I get organized nationwide. You can't wait to get organized nationwide. Brad, your own voice. Brad, your our voice. I'm so excited about your radio station. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. We enjoyed your rally so much and enjoyed the rally. We enjoyed you rally so much and enjoyed the rally. I hope you get rest. General Flynn was awesome, and so were all the speakers. You are a voice, Brad. Somebody sent me some. Hold on, let me see if I can find those right quick. I just thought of it. Somebody sent me some kind of like candid shots of this event. Maybe we can see how many people were there. It was like somebody recording from the stands, kind of. I can't remember who sent them, but I'm pretty sure they're on Facebook. So give me just a second to look. If the person who shared them didn't also take them down. Oh, I think this is it. A show video URL. Copy. Let's try this. This doesn't look like a very big crowd, but let's see what it is. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That looks like a very We the People reunion with Brad Barton in Kentucky. It looks like a very, very small crowd. I wonder how they got paid, because you know they're not doing these things for free, right? Lindell has a minimum requirement for a speaking fee, and so does, Lynn Wood and Mike Flynn. Well, honestly, I would be more apt to believe Lindell is doing it for free than I would the other two. So these are the people at the tables are the ones I'm assuming that paid the $500. They're sitting in dirt at tables in suits. There's 3 people over here. I mean, that's definitely it.
Well, it is great to be here.
You can't hide today. Hey, what's up, Paul? Thanks for joining us, man.
Even though we can get discouraged, we're going to have
Hope you're doing all right.
We're going to see great victory. And I know God brought us all here.
It does. So this looks like a bus rally. And I will give them credit. Their bus rallies, they just knew that they were coming to a town on a certain day, didn't know what the event was, blah, 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 till the day of. And they were doing them back to back to back to back. Brad's been planning this since January or February. He was going to have it in Tennessee. I don't know why he moved to Kentucky, but he's been planning this since January or February. You think he could get more people than just the Patriot meat grinder showing up with a bus with this picture on it.
Yeah, let's give the Lord a hand clap tonight.
Yeah, BT, I think all the horse shit was up on stage, is what I've been told. I don't know if they piled it up there with shovels or what.
And I like what you said, there's going to be deliverance.
That's right, OPSEC. I feel like Giant Thumbs and Bradford have kind of parted since he got big and she was kind of too small for him. I've seen her mention him and like, I don't ever go to her shit because it just usually ends up with her crying about me. But I've seen people send me clips, and I've heard her say, like, that's my buddy Brad. And then, but she's always like, I'll see him some other time. I'm sure I'll run back into him.
By the way, just so you know, she's a very
this is one of the Lee Valentine Beauty. She has opened up 8 Trump rallies. 8 Trump rallies and events and been to, I think, 70 or more Trump rallies. Okay, 65. Whoa. Lee, you're slacking. I thought for sure you've been to 7. She's everywhere.
Rita Giant Thumbs. I don't remember what her real name is. Somebody tell Johnny what her real name is.
You're going to enjoy her tomorrow. She's going to rock and roll. You're fine.
Go get your exercise.
Go get your exercise.
You probably met him before I did. I first saw this gentleman on television.
I know he invited his friend, the cancer singer Bert something.
It's a moment of weakness. I was watching television, and I saw this man go to war. I don't even know what the name is. One of the squad people. Name AOC is that big. What's her name, brother? Yeah, I can tell like you. He's a big one.
I can't even fucking hear him.
The Jihad Squad.
I saw a man, and you had seen this clip.
They're back up there today. I saw them today.
This gentleman told her,
The Jihad Squad.
you work for us. That's right. You work for me. You understand?
That's what he tried to say at the Tulsa event when no one clapped for him at all, even though he was introduced by name, and they said the little talk show. He told Clay Clark, "Oh, they don't recognize me. I ain't got my hat on."
And don't you check this smart with him, and he just stepped right back up and said, "You shut your mouth, woman." Okay? That's Greg's interpretation of it, but I thought it was good. And but Trump's director of ICE, the top man in ICE, Tom Homan.
So one of the 300 people there was the former director of Customs. I kind of just wanted to see if they like scan the crowd here.
So you in the house, Dr. Brian Artis, aging Dr. Artis.
So the two people they just showed that are like, bigwigs, whoever this guy is, and the former director of ICE, those are two $500 seats they had to give away, and probably plus one, at least. Who's the beverage boy? Is that one of Brad's sons? Is that Brad's son?
He's not treating symptoms, he's going right to the heart of the matter. And by the way, I'm going to give it a plug. He has a brand new show on Steel Truth Healing Intel. It is exploding.
It was $500 to sit at these round tables.
My email box is blown up because when he drops...
Yes, it's the fairground and rodeo.
Y'all, if you didn't know this, a lot of you are probably deficient in magnesium. Does anybody know that in this room tonight?
I'm not. I just had my blood work.
Sometimes you get chest pain, or your calcium in your body makes your muscles contract, and your magnesium makes it release. Think about your heart contracting and releasing. So what happens if it contracts and you don't have enough magnesium? It doesn't release. That's a heart attack. I learned that last week with Dr. Artis. And guess who's taking a boatload of magnesium now? Me, my husband, everybody I know. Look into it too. Healing.
By the way, I happen to sell Vandersteel magnesium if you guys need any. I don't really want to watch it all, but I'm just looking for a pan of the crowd. I could care less what they're saying, to be honest with you.
She understands the law. She understands the...
Was Ann Vanderstill the MC? What? Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's back up just a little bit. How many people we think we got here? You guys estimate. Here we go. I would say there's probably over 300. I would say there's probably close to 300 in the center, and then maybe another close to 100 in this area that we could see. I don't know. There's probably about 250 in the middle, 280. And that's not counting whatever's right here. Where the woman's videoing from, that's more people than that. Which the news did say that there was about 300 people there before they were kicked out, and that was on the very first day. So more people might have come later on in the day, and more people might have come to the second or third day. It was all weekend, I think. 3-day event. You'll see Doug and Bonafide and the Mama Bears. Oh no. I don't know if I want it. Oh God. Is Doug trying to sniff up on the Mama Bears, see if they're in heat? Is that Doug? Hold on. Hold on, it's behind my head. I gotta show you. Is this Doug? I thought that was another table.
This is by Mel, by the way. Melly
You've never been anything like this before.
That's part one of Doug. He's like Voltron. Doe, I meant. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. Doe. We don't make fun of Doe's intrinsic values. I was taken aback. So I would say, yeah, more than 300. Definitely, absolutely less than 1,000. I would bet hard money on the fact that there was less than 1,000 people in there when this video was taken. I would probably cap it at about, if I could see the rest of this stand, I would probably still bet all the way till 700. Okay, that's not Doe, but we did get a little zoom in on the general area here. Let's see what we got.
Yeah! John Delaney!
What is Abraham Lincoln doing there? Honest, hey, bud, I thought you were better than that. Doug usually wears a shirt like this. That might be Doug right there. See that sleeve? That might be Doug right there. I didn't know Abraham would be here.
But we met him in Florida.
He's been in this game a long time. He got banned a long time ago. And
that is Doug. I called him from his elbow fat. Tell me I haven't watched too much Frog News when I can identify you by the fold of skin from your upper arm that covers your elbow. Way too much Frog News.
But he's still around. He's not a quitter. He's going to talk about the Gideon season tomorrow. I can promise you that's what he's going to be talking about. Gideon, God took 30,000 and whittled it down to 300 and kicked his butt. And that's what old John's been talking about. Hey, he's got on his uniform tonight.
Oh man. Did he bring a tiny sword? He couldn't afford a whole tomahawk. He just got a tiny sword.
The
It's a letter opener.
Come on, Lee. Where's
That's not a knife.
she? It sounds like a few of you know who she is.
Yes!
All right, so that was Brad's event. It was small enough to get made fun of, but he invited enough big name people that some of the mainstream is making fun of him, which I don't think is going to be good for Brad. Brad doesn't handle any criticism well. When I made a video and talked about how he was a millionaire, and then I asked him if he would like to talk about the if he took a PPP loan or not, he flipped out, threatened me with a lawsuit, had somebody that claimed to be a lawyer send me an email, and I'm like, receipts, motherfucker. I don't respond to emails. Are you kidding me? You could be sending this to anybody. How do you even know this is me? He doesn't do well with criticism. I'm sure he won't handle this well.
We're supposed to, but they're not here yet.
Alright, so that's that video. There was one more, but it was recorded like sideways. I'm not going to show it. Before we get into the main part of the video tonight, I want to show a couple of shorter videos. This guy here this is just a one-off video. This guy is a pastor that claims he was given secret security clearance to show up and lead. You just had to watch it. You just watch it. Here we go.
Saints, let me tell you something. A week and a half ago, I was not looking for this. About a year ago, I received a security clearance. Now, I'm going to tell you this. About a year ago, I received a security clearance regarding connecting with Donald Trump. This was something that I didn't ask for. I was invited as one of the pastors to receive a special security clearance. This clearance would be not what you hear on the media, not what you hear, just not what you hear. These things are not recorded. These things are personal. Where when Donald Trump would get on and he would talk to a handful of devout pastors that are for the kingdom of God and for what God's going to be doing in his life. So I was chosen. So I went to a security clearance. Glory to God. Well, that has been done, taken care of, and green light. Glory to God. So a week and a half ago, I was part of a private conference. There was two conferences. I was part of the first and the second one. The first one was the private one where there was only very few pastors, very few prominent pastors that are well known, which I'm not going to give their names, and I was one of them, to sit in a 15-minute conference call with Donald Trump. That's right, and Paula White. Anyway, I want you to know something. Just like the prophecy has been said, I've spoken it. I believe Kat Kerr, my dear friend, has spoken it. Donald Trump, these are his words. These are Donald Trump's words now.
So he was given a secret security clearance to meet with other pastors and Donald Trump and prophets. Actually, not pastors, prophets. In a secret meeting between Trump and other prophets. And Trump told him it's almost time for him to come back and take his rightful place.
Not mine.
He was probably on the deep, dark, super scary web.
I'm ready to come back right now. I'm ready to take my office right now. I'm ready to turn America back to where it needs to be. Donald Trump is very, very, very grieved about where this nation is going under the present administration. And he knows that God is not done with him yet. Saints, I'm going to say this again. I've heard it from Donald Trump's mouth about a week and a half ago. He knows. That's why you must share this. You must share this. He knows that God is not done with him. He knows that he needs to be in office like right now. He knows that that it's going to take the hand of God, and he believes that God is going to bring him back very soon. Whoa! He knows that he's a vessel that God is called to bring America, to make the crooked roads right in America. He knows it. These are his words, saints. This is powerful. This is powerful. So this is not just a prophecy. We've been prophesying this, but it's not just a prophecy. It's more than a prophecy. It's reality. There are things that are happening behind the scenes with Donald Trump and military and other things. I cannot tell you on YouTube. I can't tell you on Facebook, but they're happening behind the scenes. So get excited, saints. The hand of God is moving. Woo! The hand of God is moving. You will never get this on the media night, mainstream media. You will never get this. You will never get this. So you must share the saints. Okay? Stand with the word of God. Stand with the prophets. I know. So I'm going to explain to you. He said, but Pastor, all these things are going on. These mandates and this virus. Well, good. I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to explain to you some wonderful things. Are you ready for this? Woo! Glory to God. Listen. It's not just our ministry, Hank's ministry, Robin's ministry, Kat Kerr, Donna. We all get the letters. You know, we want to see the physical evidence. It's been a long time. Well, not in God's eyes. 1,000 years is a day in God's eyes, okay? So this is what's going on. This is just a few seconds. That's all. So listen, saints. One of the ways when we study the scriptures, you got to study the scriptures. When we study the scriptures, when we know that the enemy knows that he's losing, and he knows that he's losing traction, he'll never tell you in the presence. It's what you see behind the scenes. It's because when the enemy turns up the heat, when the enemy turns up the heat, when he tries to force things and things on you, whether it's illegal or legal, whether it's biblical or non-biblical, because you remember the enemy doesn't always play right by the rules. Okay, so the enemy has turned up his fierceness. Remember what happened with the three Hebrews, Meshach, Meshach, and Abednego. Remember what Nebuchadnezzar did? He built a statue.
That makes sense already.
And they were reported. They said, these three Hebrews will not bow. So they went to Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar said, hey, you know what? I'll talk to him. It'll be okay. Look, guys, I built a statue. You got to bow to it, okay? And after you bow to it, it'll be okay. If you don't bow to it, there'll be problems. But if you don't bow to it, we'll be fine. Nothing is said. What did they say? They said, no way.
Channeling as Michael Jackson.
No way, king. You are king, but you're not the king of kings. Whoa, glory.
I just wanted to let him play for a minute so you could kind of get a feel for him. Do you think this guy was on a private call with anybody by choice? Like, you might get trapped with him in an elevator in a conversation where you don't want to be rude or blah, blah, blah. But on the internet, you can just say, oh, sorry, I got disconnected.
God, you're not the king of kings. He says, God will deliver us. But even if he doesn't, we're not going to bow. Okay? We can't bow to the spirit of Haman. We can't bow to the spirit of Antichrist. We can't bow. That's not who God is. The Bible tells us to stand. Read Ephesians chapter 6. Stand. Not.
I really, 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 really think it would be funny to hire the best Trump impersonator I could find and start actually calling channels and then see how they react to being personally called by Trump and faking a personal call from Trump.
Not bow to the things of the enemy. So I'm going to explain this to you. When they wouldn't bow, what happened? When they resisted, what happened? Nebuchadnezzar got so upset, he says, turn the fire up 7 times. They never did that before. It wasn't done in the history of Babylon, but they did it that day. They did something that was uncommon. They did something that was uncultured. Why would he turn it up 7 times, thinking that he was going to destroy the three Hebrews? He wanted to make them an example.
Yeah, I could maybe record it or do it live somewhere else. I couldn't do it on YouTube. They watch my shows too often. They'd go into fucking panic. They'd fire up their satellite phones and be dialing each other up. It'd be a mess.
The only thing that was burned was those that was holding them, their ropes or chain, whatever was holding them. That was the only thing that was burned. But not them.
Yeah, I mean, the voice needs to be pretty damn flawless. Like, I know a lot of people that do Trump impressions, like, make me laugh, but this had to be the fucking perfect.
The fire didn't touch them. The smoke didn't affect them. They were walking around unbound. Glory to God, unchained. And the fourth man that he saw in there, we know that was the Son of the Most High God. Why? I'm here to encourage you, Saint, to let you know that you are not alone in this walk. You are not alone. Okay? You are not alone. The Lord is with you. He said, I will never leave you.
Have him call us.
So in certain situations.
I'm going to show you I could make a really scary looking background with like numbers and digits flying and like it's typing like somebody's hacking my computer. And I'd be like, okay, guys, we just connected to the deep, dark, super scary web. And now Trump's going to join us. So this was this guy. I can't take no more of it, to be honest with you. Hurston has a new prediction that's by this weekend. Well, I don't guess it's a new prediction because now it's over, and it didn't happen. Hurston said by this weekend the RV was going to happen. Let's see what she said.
Good morning, Patriots. Okay, yes. Thank you
Hair
to the
flip.
lady that noticed I must have a huge wardrobe because I never wear the same thing twice. I'm going to start wearing the same thing twice, so you guys don't know that I have over 400 outfits for
E-Bombs World. I got you.
days. Very observant. That was a good observation, honey. That was great. Also, we have the RV, the revaluation of our currency. RV, that's what it is. Coming up this weekend, of course, you know it was blocked.
That was pretty quick. RV coming up this weekend. She put this out on Friday. Absolutely zero happened, of course.
Times, but it's coming up.
That's a Singaporean slug. It's a local delicacy in Singapore.
This weekend. And I'm very sorry yesterday. Some of the uptight puritanicals had a problem with the echo. Echo. So I had to do a whole video to check if it was echoing. It wasn't me, it was my guest. All right, so sorry about the echo, but this is a fly by the seat of your pants kind of channel. It is not perfect by any means of the imagination. How's that? It is not, definitely not. Okay, here we go. We have...
I mean, look, another thing that's kind of my pet peeve, but I mean, I can't force anybody to do this, and I don't guess I could be mad about it, but it bothers me, is when you're making money on the level that some of these people are making money, this person included, you couldn't just get a microphone or have like a, Geek Squad come in and say, hey, I'm a streamer on the internet. Could you set me up a mic and maybe another monitor and show me how to turn it on and use it and adjust it? Something, you know what I mean? Like you can get USB mics, like a decent USB mic for like $100, a Benjamin, and be way ahead of a lot of people. Anybody that's talking through their computer microphone.
I use this all the time. Dark spots, dull complexion, uneven skin tone. Now you can reduce the appearance of these old-looking skin. So these are all that's in this.
You use this all the time? Guys, stay away from this toxic chemical, whatever it is. It'll literally age you in place.
All right, so there you go. All right, so what shall we tackle first? I think...
At least Nino could figure out what part of the microphone to talk into. Something.
This first. Okay, so basically... They've tried to do this revaluation.
Jayco's Happy Cream.
New currency, whatever. For...
She's like, we should get Intel Lady to say that she just snuck over there while she could hear that Jayco and his pool boy were wrestling over the pool skimmer, and she happened to capture some of Jayco's Happy Juice.
Months, and they've gotten blocked. And you know how it is with the deep state players. They don't want to negotiate. They should have known.
She has the weirdest pauses too. And you know how it is with the deep state players. And you know how it is with the deep state players.
They should not try to negotiate with them. If you missed the video yesterday, they tried to negotiate with them that Trump takes over peacefully, but how did they respond? They responded by sending Hurricane Ida to raise.
Oh, Trump tried to negotiate with them about a peaceful surrender, and they said, "We'll see your peaceful surrender and raise you Hurricane Ida." I want to see that now. Oh, so all you need to remember is that she's predicting that the RV happened this weekend. Of course, it didn't. This was 2 days ago. The weekend's over. I mean, it's Sunday at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. The RV didn't fucking happen. She said you've seen the video the day before. Oh, she took it down. I can't remember what our website is either. Let me see if it's on here.
Peacefully, but
Right? No, that's for her stupid thing.
Hurricane Ida.
Oh well. Is it on what's this one on? This is on True Kirsten W. There is CW Connect as well. I want to hear her explain that Trump tried to negotiate. It's not there either. Oh, negotiations. Maybe it is there.
Go. All right. Good morning, Patriots.
It's the remix.
Okay, go. All righty. There you go. Let's do it. There it is. Here we go. Where we going? We have.
This is part of the glory and the curse of having someone who's good at music doing remixes for our videos. One, it makes me look fucking awesome because BT makes amazing remixes and Jay Reese makes amazing music. But two, I've got to listen to all this other bullshit of people who watch my videos and think I could do that.
This. Where is this? Here we go.
Whoa now.
So it's happening. Watch the water. Thank you very much.
Must have been St. Patrick's Day. She's wearing all green.
Let's go. We have a lot to cover. So it's happening. It is closing down. Watch the water. Worldwide news. There you go. Nothing's going on. Yeah, a lot's going on. Here we go. So there. Yeah. China will be last, of course. Here's more. Okay. It is happening. We have a little birdie told me. Yeah.
I used to not mention her too much until she went a little bit too far for me. I kind of liked her attitude with a lot of the other grifters, is why I kind of, didn't mention her much. But then here the last probably 2 weeks, I've mentioned her a little bit harder, and I think she's ventured over to the channel after she saw me in her chat, and that's when she banned everybody here.
Okay, yes. There we go. Okay. Where we go?
Or a lot of people here.
Good morning, Patriots. I want to thank this person, Kelly, for stating this, and please get onto my Rumble. It's on the It's in the description, and here. So I'm just repeating what was said. Okay, here we go. Let's go here.
I think this might be it.
Kirsten W2, and here is Kelly's comment, which is great. We have this piece that's attacking. Get them red. So many attacks. You'll see. All more down. I had to delete. You'll see that poisonous flower. Get them reds again. See, I had to delete all the comments. She's bashing me. Okay, here. Get them reds. Here. Kelly McNichols. The Puritanicals feel they need to control everything and everything else because unlike us, they just.
But they're not Puritanicals. They're not telling you that you should hold traditional religious beliefs and that you're a whore for wearing lipstick. There are people that's like, hey, the dam didn't collapse. And you're like, Puritanicals? What are you, the Quakers?
Aren't strong enough to control themselves. Like, I like to say for you, Kirsten, Puritanicals, you can kiss her happy Singaporean hiney. Her channel is low watching TV. If you don't like or can't handle what you're watching, seeing, or hearing, feel free to go. It's your channel.
I can't do the Chahurston worship.
All the way. Okay? That's what I have to say. All right, let's go to our sponsor before I forget.
Oh, God.
And they look much older than they are to flirt with the boys. No, I
look brighter with Chahurston.
And I got it bad. So if I'm...
Yeah, Doug flew mad one time and called her a $20 whore.
Getting a little bored or fidgety, this is what I do. Not because I'm trying to be vain or flirt with the boys. There's not that many boys.
By the way, yeah, she calls other people Puritanicals, and I've literally seen her on other shows saying, look, I don't work like that. I am a very Christian person. I don't do this flirting or this attacking. I go to bed at 8 p.m. I am very religious, very into the church. But they're the Puritanicals.
So, Wrong again, lady. Wrong. She even went to my body type. She goes, you don't have an ass. I'm like, yeah. It's called lipo. We sucked it out. Just a little information for the people that are beastly, okay?
You had ass lipo? Someone said you don't have an ass while they were judging your body type, and you said, yep, it's called lipo. We sucked it out.
All right, here we go. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, they put you under a microscope and put your words in a mincer so they can try to figure it out, but they're idiots, so they really can't. Okay, here we go. We'll start with this. They're announcing ESPN.
I didn't even know. I had no idea that liposuction could even, create a faux vagina. after removing a penis and turning it inside out. I thought that was called something else.
And TTV now, likely to start this weekend. Are they saying they're going to black themselves out this weekend? Yeah, attention.
Yeah, she's seventh day abstinence.
Universe. Don't be surprised if out soon. Yeah, let's have some. George Schmidt was. Oh, this is the.
Let's just see if she says anything about the hurricane, then we'll move on.
Box on a campaign. Joe Biden and CDC in May came out with Coke, and the deep state's real
stock exchange.
That's almost at 92,000. It's growing fast. If you guys are not there, then I'm sorry, but I don't want to tell you. Okay, all right. So let's go up. Okay, we had all this. Let's go down. That was the Russian. That was yesterday. How the building collapsed and an gas explosion. And here's Mexico.
Gas explosion.
And here we go. Negotiation period. This guy put up this video.
I think this is it.
I don't understand. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't understand why he was talking about how he spent so long trying to get into the dark web and had to go this way and that way. No one cares about that. Get to the point. It's like someone 07. It just goes around in generalities, never getting to the point, just around.
So when she says that they tried negotiating with them and they sent the hurricane, she's referencing Phil's video. Because Phil claims that Trump said, "How's negotiations, team?"
And around and no one cares. Just get to the point. People don't have that much time. How's that? So it's not even worth watching that 1 hour video. I didn't even watch it. Okay, here. So they're talking about the 4 points.
So 4 topics: negotiation, Afghanistan, Hurricane Ida, the audits. At this point, I'm partway through. Now done watching the entire video. But judging from what he talks about so far, it would appear those topics: the moves, counter moves, border stress points, Trump back in office, keep him out of office because the deep state moves, except from what we know, Afghanistan was allowed to happen, so was COVID and vax, because it suited the agenda, or at least they didn't put up a fight, the Trump team. And lastly, they have Dominion server info called PCAPS, and now they also have the audit info. Game over, but the Trump team in Afghanistan to blame on Biden and get him to resign over it. Will he? Of course he won't do anything. It's the dark magicians who need to have him removed.
Negotiations, weird. Afghanistan, Hurricane Ida, and yeah. By judging from what he talks about so far, it would assume
dark magicians who need to have him removed. Kamala has no, that's not true. Lastly, there's Pelosi, who everyone hates. Doesn't matter. The video of Phil, who does a great job, points out that because Trump and team have real election data
on the board that are stress points. That was a trap, yes. And
now they are negotiating a surrender of the deep state, but will it happen? So far, their response is Hurricane Ida. Yeah, so she's just reading this comment and kind of making it up from Phil's video. I don't think he said that in the video in such a manner, but it is what it is. That's what she wants to roll with. By the way, we'll move on now. The collapse didn't happen. That didn't happen. The phone call didn't happen. You're not clicking links to get to the dark web. The whole thing's a fucking lie. So back here we are. I found 7K Metals, which is the parent company of Phil's Silver, on Facebook, and was kind of poking around a little bit and checking some different things out. And I happened to find one of their videos. They are absolutely multi-level marketing, pyramid scheme, if you will, allegedly. And poking around a little, just looking at what they do, the type of people who are running these, who's doing well with these and who isn't. Seems like the people doing well with these are the people with a gigantic audience, while their audience suffers, or the people below them suffers. I've also been looking at, Phil specifically says that first of all, he says that everybody comes through him and he places you in the pyramid. But the rules state that if someone else sponsors you, like Phil doesn't get to decide. So if you sponsor someone, you can decide to put them anywhere in your pyramid. If someone else sponsors them in, that person, whoever sponsors them, gets to decide. And I know he's got multiple people calling from these appointments because instead of doing the appointments himself, he's giving them away to other people underneath him in his pyramid. So maybe he's just picking the people that need people underneath them, because you have to get paid from this, you have to have 2 legs. So you have to have one person on the left and one person on the right, and each one of those people need to have 500 points. Need to accumulate 500 points. And you say, well, how much is 500 points? Well, 500 points is quite a bit, actually, because every time you buy your coin monthly, that's about 15 points. So I've broken it down a couple different ways, but someone sent me a message, an email that made me feel a little bit better about it. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Who sent it? That wasn't it. That's for me. That's not it. Is it? Just buy, catch up. Nope, that's not it. None of their predictions went anywhere this weekend, of course. Because they didn't have, let's see this. Here it is. It says, so I was thinking about the 7K Metals commission payment structure this morning. What I found when researching is each leg under you must have 500 points to get the $500 a week payout. So you need a total of 1,000 points. You need 500 on this side and 500 on this side. If you have 1,000 on this side and 25 on this side, you don't even get a payout. It has to be at least 500 on each side. Now the points you get for spending the $130, you get 20 points. For the smallest package, which is right over $100, you get 15 points. So you need to make 1,000 points. So that's 9 or 10 people on each side. Well, I guess between they put it down here better. Hold on. That's between 8 and 10 people on each leg. So when you combine those on both legs to get the 1,000 points, that's 16 to 20 people underneath you to get the $500. Now, Phil says that everybody, this is me talking again, not quoting the email again. Phil says that everybody that's signed up is getting a payment. And then he said something very strange in his Telegram group. He says even the people who weren't qualified for a payment, we're working on getting them an advance. Last night at midnight, our organization for Phil Silver's investments saw a total payout of $211,500 across our entire 1,500 enrollees. We are changing the lives of patriots across our entire nation, not only throughout commission payouts, but also through. So hold on. 211,000. So it's about 10 points per 100, right? No, let's even give it better than that. Let's give it 12 points per 100. And then if we take 211,500 divided by 100 equals times 12 equals divided by So basically, if he has $211,000 worth of sales and everything was structured perfect to where every point counted in the right spot, everything went well, everything went together exactly perfect, nothing fucked up, he had everything structured perfect, then he would get about he would have enough points to pay out about 25 people. And he's claiming he has 1,500 people. Apparently, he just put a video up. I had to grab it. Hold on. There were also people in his chat. Some people with accounts who very rarely comment were saying, oh, I just got my money, blah, 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 I just got paid. Other people were saying, well, I was one of the first people to sign up. I haven't gotten paid yet. What's up? How do I get paid? Hold on, that's not going to work. Let me move it on over here. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I messed up. Hold on. Put it right here.
Hey guys, wanted to say something really quick. I know a lot of you are excited about PSI. I'm excited about PSI too. I think most of us are. But let's not lose the focus of what PSI is really about. PSI is about investing in gold.
Hold on, Phil, you're messing with my donation sequence.
My deadbeat husband donated money for PSF's new boot.
Oh,
I'm
no.
donating to you to get you new legs. Fuck you, Scott.
That's
Middle
right.
finger.
New legs are more important than new boots. I agree with you. Thank you for the donation, Egg Sugar Mama. $5 into the cult. I appreciate it. I didn't want Phil talking to mess up my donation animation, so I had to pause him.
Or silver, or both, and capitalizing.
Thank you very
when the
much.
price of that gold or silver goes even higher than it is right now. Can you make some commission in the short term? Absolutely. Have people already made commission in the short term? Yes, they have. Will
People at the top, I'm sure.
those same people and even more people make the same amount of commission?
If he's actually signed up 1,500 people or whatever, I know some people at the top. And like I said, if every point counted, every point was placed perfectly, every point worked to where every person had the maximum number of points they could get on each leg, they would only have enough points to pay out about 25 people. He said he's got 1,500.
Going forward, yes. But if you're trying to get in this only for the commission, I strongly advise you to also try to find your own signups. The people that are getting the right now are my team. They're the 17 people that I recruited.
They're the people that I signed up personally, my friends and family, and the people I said, hey, look, I have access to hundreds of thousands of people on Telegram and on YouTube and on DLive. I can make you rich if you just pay this basic fee, and I'll tell all them that they got to buy all this money.
To take
all this silver's got to be bought.
And sign anybody up. Those are the people that are getting the really big checks. Have there been some people that have gotten $250, $500, $1,000 checks? Yes. Have there been a very select few people that got in super early and they're getting, higher checks than that? Yes. We are still expanding this. We still have
It basically means if you signed up after the first day, you're probably not getting shit for a while. Because every time somebody gets a check, that means about between 16 and 20 suckers signed up below them and met their point requirement.
100 leads over the next 5 days to sign up. And every time the calendar opens up on midnight, we get another 500-600 leads for the following day. So please be patient. No one, including myself, has ever said that this was going to be...
That should be the most important check, Johnny.
$500 every week immediately. It's going to take some time. It might take some weeks.
You literally did label it as getting rich quick. Maybe not those exact words, but you literally labeled it as that.
Might take, a month or two before you start seeing some more regular income. This is a very large network that we're building. We're over 1,500 signups right now. We're going to be on 2,000 in the next few days. And then
if he was smart, he would have named it Phil LaRoe instead of Lou LaRoe, and that would have got him name recognition.
And I would anticipate this is all going to go all the way up to 5,000 to 10,000. Because if you guys aren't signing up for this, number one, you're robbing yourself from future wealth for when precious metals prices, particularly silver, goes very, very high. And number two, you're robbing yourself of short-term income. You got to be patient with us. If somebody else made some money, it just means that they signed up earlier than you, or they were lucky enough to get into a prime position, which is rare. It's the luck of the draw. We are following a very strict sign-up schedule.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Following a number sequence of that schedule. There's nothing that anybody could do to get out of that sequence. That doesn't mean that you could sign up in the wrong sequence. It just means that your time frame, to get into the money, it may be a little further down the road. I'm not talking years down the road. I'm just talking weeks, maybe, a month. It just depends. It depends on how many. If these leads keep coming in as they are now, you're all going to be very, very happy. The more people we get signed up for this, the quicker, I should say, the quicker the people that have already signed up are going to benefit. And then if this just keeps rolling out, we're all.
Here's a post I want to read while he's talking about only the people who signed up at the very first or blah, blah, blah. Here's a person that made a post that I want to highlight. And a lot of people believe that this may be Phil himself or one of his mods posting this, allegedly. It says, if you haven't joined Phil's Silver yet, what are you waiting for? I've only been enrolled for 8 days and I just received my first $250 commission. I also already got my first silver coin. It's brilliant. Oh, it's a brilliant idea to make extra income and invest in precious metals for the future. Weird. I thought you had to be there for a while.
Going to be doing very, very well. But most importantly, it's getting.
Someone just below that says, did you sign people up under yourself or something? I signed up 10 days ago. I haven't got anything.
You to invest in silver and fractional gold too. If you want gold, there's options for that. It's getting you to invest in silver and start stacking it on a regular basis. And in addition to that, the product store that 7K offers is tremendous. You get enormous discounts, especially on that premium package. You
got to get to that product store. Here's another one. Someone said, Jesus Christ, how much are the coins? Here's the packages. What is that? Someone said, I can't, I don't even know how we're supposed to be able to afford this. I don't have money. I can't sign up if I can't afford it. And someone said, credit card, max it out. Your debt is going to be wiped away anyways. That's from Phil's group.
Enormous discounts at that store, and you have exclusive access to coins that no one else could get except for members. That's the true purpose of this. I want everybody to keep that straight in their mind, because I see a lot of people saying, well, I didn't get a check. I signed up 7 days ago. Well, hardly anybody that has ever signed up in the history of 7K has gotten a check in 7 days. Hardly anyone. You guys are in a very unique position that some of us have. And
because I'm grifting more people than you will ever meet in your lives. That's why. I'm telling you, the same reason that Doug does well, the same reason that Phil's going to make money. Phil's not going to get fucked on this. He's just not. He talks to too many people and too many people believe him. The people that are getting fucked are his audience. His audience. By the way, someone in the chat said they were getting into an argument about how much silver and was it going to go up, was it going to go down. They're talking back and forth, and the person said, I've researched, and Phil said that they were researching wrong. And the person says, I disagree. In my position and my holdings, I trust what my financial advisor wants me to do. He has made me a lot of money. I will buy by myself. If this is Phil, you have said we can do whatever we want, remember? Comment back from Phil. Yes, absolutely, but your advisor is wrong and I'm right. I don't mind if you sign up or not, but that doesn't mean you're making the correct decision simply because you're following someone else's advice. Who is wrong?
And that'll continue to happen, but I need you to be patient. If you're going to be impatient, you could always, take off your autosaver and forget about it. You don't have to purchase anymore. I'm not going to hold anybody to that. I'm not going to be mad at anybody if they don't do it, or if they.
Yeah, because you got more warm bodies.
This is a very strategic operation that my team and I are going through, and I communicate with them all day long. We have our own private channel for that. A lot of you have been on the phone with me, and I've, talked you through the process or texted you through the process. Just be patient with us. This is a good thing. In the meantime, while you're waiting for some commission, you're investing in some really, really good precious metals that's going to give you financial freedom in the future once the price of precious metals rise. I was hoping something happened with Nasera today to show you guys exactly what's going to happen with precious metals once we're gold-backed and silver-backed security for our currency. Obviously, it just didn't happen. But don't kick a gift horse in the mouth because of that. Because if that happened and you guys aren't invested in silver yet, you would have missed out because the price would have went up and it would have been too late. So you still have a chance here to get in and start buying stuff on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. Obviously, I've been doing that for many years, and you've seen from my unboxings over many months now. And I think it's a really good thing to invest in. Keep in mind, when you're buying silver or gold, you're using your dollars and you're turning it into metal.
Already excuses.
It's not like you're spending money. You still have that money. You could take that metal and sell it most likely for what you bought it for, or much more than that if you hang on to it for a little while. So we're not actually selling.
Except you're paying way over premium. You could buy it cheaper at a pawn shop.
Getting you to invest in something that is a all but sure thing. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. I'm really tired. I can't believe I talked for 6 minutes. Bleh.
By the way, so when I said he could have possibly paid out, he could have possibly close this motherfucker. He could have possibly paid out 25 people. That's absolute best case scenario. It's probably more like 6 people at the top got paid this amount. Another, 11 got paid a lower amount, and then nobody underneath that made anything. He says when he says the $211,500 across our entire 1,500 plus enrollees. By the way, they are apparently getting 600 people calling in for appointments a day, but they've only got 1,500 people to sign up. Whatever. We are changing the lives of patriots across the entire nation, not only through commission payouts, but also through investing in precious metals as a wealth strategy for the future. For those that have yet to receive a payout, fear not. We are working on getting you advanced as we speak. And we'll continue to do so. Working on I took it as they were working on getting them an advance payment, but I think more he meant they're working on getting them advanced, like up a level to where they've got legs underneath them and all that. For those that have yet to sign up, what are you waiting for? Opportunities like this do not come very often. Although we are booked solid, new appointments are open every day at midnight for the upcoming 5th day. So they claim that they're having 600 appointments a day, and they've got 1,500 people in there. That doesn't even make sense right there. There's obviously a lot of people fucking running. Whatever. Anyways, that's what he explained. But from that, we can find a couple things. So how does an associate earn a commission or how do I earn a $500 commission now that I am an associate? An associate means you have 2 people below you. It says once you have 1 active enrollee on the left and 1 active enrollee on the right, and 500 points on each team side, so each leg, you will earn a $500 commission. Currently, we are running a promotion wherein associates who have accumulated 250 on each team side, but less than 500 within the cycle will still earn a $250 commission. So right now, they're giving out $250 checks, but they don't normally do that. That's just probably because their signups are way the fuck up because we got a whole new group of people in here that we can scam. So now we're talking about, honestly, more like 16 to 20 people below you on each leg, and each time you sign up, it gets exponentially worse. So if you think about it, if it's a pyramid, so each time you sign up, it gets so much worse. Let me grab a paintbrush. We'll put it on about a 5 or so. So Phil's here, right? And he already said that he signed up 17 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and those are the people that are working the phones for him, basically. So that's Phil's 17 people that he's already got signed up beneath him. So before he goes any further, all of these people have to have a minimum of 2 people below them. 2 here, 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 and here, here. There's a lot of fucking people already. 2 here and 2 here. Now, he says that of course he wants to get the first 17 checks first. They've been there the longest. So not only do they have to have 2 people below them, they have to be able to make 500 points. They're not going to come in there and spend a fucking $10,000. Both of these people. So you need to at least get 10 to 16 people below them to sign up, and then below them, and below them, and below them, and below them. Every time you come in, it gets exponentially worse of whether that you're going to get a dime back, whether you're even going to make your money back. The only people that'll make money and probably be worth the hassle is Phil and maybe this first group that he invited in. Beyond that, it'll probably be hit and miss for a while, and like this next row, this row right here might be hit and miss. You may get some money, you may not. Beyond that, I don't think you're getting any payments. I mean, I guess he could sign up. He's only got 1,500 people signed up. Is what he claims. I don't even fucking believe that. But a lot of people are signing up and just to get the coin. They're never going to hit the 500 points. They're never going to hit the 500 points. By the way, you have to hit your points for Phil to get his money. So, like, the people below you have to hit your points. And then you get your money. And then you have to hit your points with whatever other leg of Phil you are so he can get his money. And it keeps going up, and Phil's making money off all of that. Everybody below him that hits the points, Phil's making money each time. No wonder he wants to stack this out. What idiots. Here's a quick breakdown. This is actually, I found a video, an infomercial video on the 7K Wealth Strategies presentation, and we'll look at something in just a second.
I've received this video by email at 7 o'clock this morning. This is groundbreaking, so I decided to share it with you. So let's begin.
I'm going to skip around some, but there's something we've got to look at.
To cover the basics, but it just doesn't seem to go as far. Well, it's not just you. Higher costs and added financial pressures on families today are causing fear, uncertainty, and doubt on a large scale. In fact, as of May 2017, did you know that 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense? They'd have to rely on a credit card, selling something, or borrowing money if such event arose. So what's happening with your money? Well, it's in the numbers. If you look at this chart, in 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and you'll see at that point, $1 was worth $1 in spending power. But in 2013, the dollar was only worth about 5 cents. That's about a 96% reduction in value of the spending power of the dollar since 1913. Here's how it shakes out in real life. This is the Everyday Price Index. This measures inflation for everyday spending in 3 different categories. So this is weighted for different expenses in each group, like more healthcare costs or education costs. Urban renters, 58.1%. Retired couples.
So this right here is a typical, it's a typical pitch that you might like see it. You might like see at Amway and this and that. They're going to tell you how your dollar doesn't buy anything, blah, blah, blah. But also wages have went up. Now, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying wages have kept up with inflation. They haven't. Education, home ownership, stuff like that's like blown out of the water. You used to be able to work at one person job, like just the man work or just the woman work, and you used to be able to raise a family of 3 or 4, own your home, own your car, do pretty good, that type of thing. We've also found more stuff to waste our money on, but even if you didn't waste your money on TV and cell phones and going to the movies and stuff that technology has brought, time has brought, change has brought, you still can't do it. A house went from being like $10,000 to buy a house to the housing market fucking exploded. Education exploded. Cars fucking exploded. But other things, like when they show you the chart of how your dollar lost value, yeah, but wages went up. That's just fucking inflation. That's you're not going to do a whole. I mean, good luck fixing any of that.
99% more between 2000 and 2018. 59.
It's not silver that's going to fix it.
99%. Car insurance, 97%. Water and sewer.
Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Like to go to college today? Maybe.
I didn't see your comment till just now.
151% increase in college tuition. Medical care expenses up 97% in the same time frame. Now, do you mind if I show you the case for Sound Money? Don't worry.
This is their official presentation that they show to prospective people who want to sign up.
Gold and silver. Gold and silver is one of the secrets the wealthy have always used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret. They are the largest holders of gold in the world today. And there's a reason why. Look at this.
Yes, there is a reason why. Banks and financial institutions, a lot of them back. So I don't know if you know this, but banks have to have so much money on hand, a percentage of so much. If you want to be FDI insured in the U.S., not counting, they're talking about worldwide banks. There are still banks that insure a portion of their money in gold. There are crypto exchanges. Some crypto exchanges insure some of their percentages in gold. They would be a financial institution. Yeah, that's why they hold a lot of it. It also for wealth. But to try to say that it's all just this because they know a secret that you don't is not true.
What could you buy today with the same silver from 1965? Check this out. If you went to the grocery store and you wanted to buy a gallon of milk and took in 1 ounce of silver or $1 bill, you could purchase that gallon of milk in 1965.
So this right here is not accurate. It's a play. So, okay, in 1965, 1 ounce of silver would buy 1 gallon of milk, and it was worth $1. In 2019, 1 ounce of silver can buy 5.1 gallons of milk. And they show this in comparison to inflation. But that's not what happened to silver. Okay, the price in silver went up slightly because of inflation, because it does reflect a dollar back and forth, and a dollar's weaker now, but mostly because we discovered all the things that we could do with silver. So comparing this to the loss of buying power in dollar bills is not an accurate comparison. They're not oranges to oranges. And if you could go back to 1965 and buy silver, I'm sure you would, but you can't. So you're going to pay extra for it and pay a membership fee and worry about making your points and try to sell all your friends and family on some type of scheme just so you can get a little paycheck. It's not worth it.
But in 2019, 1 ounce of silver would get you 5 gallons of sample out. 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 would buy you 1 Ford Mustang in 1965. But if you took $2,500 into the Ford dealership today, I promise you, you're not walking out with a Ford Mustang. Now, you might be able to get a down payment. But look what happens today in 2020 with the same 2,500 ounces of silver. You could actually purchase 2 Ford Mustangs. Now, here's a great example of the purchasing power of gold and the dollar. The question is, where would you put this $10,000 in 1965? Would you put it in a house or would you put it in gold? Here's how the numbers shake out for 2020. $10,000 put into a home would have turned into roughly $8,000. That's a pretty good return. But
they're going to share the friendliest numbers they can, of course, because this is a grift. But there's something very important we need to get to in this presentation. I'm not worried about convincing you. It is a decent way to preserve your wealth. I'm not a fan of buying like numerical coins or special prints or this or that or I'll buy anything like silver or gold weight if I wanted to put that away in my safe. The problem with me personally is I like to have something that if for some reason something happened and the dollar bill was useless, I would have silver cheaper that I bought bullion silver or silver scraps or whatever that I could trade for food. No one's going to care what stamping and from what mint and whose face and does that have the misprint on it in that situation. So yes, coins are valuable. Yes, those types of things matter about coins. It just depends on what your end goal scenario is. For me, I would just say if it was me and I was a financial advisor, I wouldn't worry unless you're just a coin collector. I wouldn't worry about stampings and numeristic, the lowest stamping number and misprints and this. I would just buy bullion, little tiny bars, scrap pieces, whatever you could buy, because that way they'll always be worth weight. Plus, they'll always be worth something if the fucking world collapses. You can trade and barter and do, and because people will remember the value it had in it. Who knows? Maybe it'll end up like Fallout and we'll all be trading bottle caps.
Member benefits. of being a member of 7K is dealer direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Here's how the process works. The U.S. Mint create coins.
So this is the same thing Phil showed. You skip the middleman, but there's typically not a middleman. Everybody knows what the prices are. You might get a middleman discount if you're buying some type of weird fucking coin because of the coin value, but nothing to do with silver weight or gold weight value. You're not skipping a middleman like that.
Always use sound money for their gain. The key factors to protect your personal finances in any economy. What's the value? Wealth protection, portfolio diversification, and last, certainly not least, and probably one of my favorite, is coin collection.
One thing you will notice, and I want you to remember this, when shit looks fucked up, wealthy people pull their liquid cash and put it into something they think is going to retain value. That is usually land, apartment buildings, physical gold, physical silver, stocks, something. Well, not typically stocks because the stock market will reflect the fall, but sometimes it doesn't. When wealthy people see instability, they take their money and put it somewhere. The vast majority of it is in housing, multi-unit housing like apartments. Everybody's always going to need housing and land. So if people want to know, a lot of people ask, why are these wealthy pieces of shit, like the largest farm owners in this state and this state and this for farmland? And there was a statistic out the other day that said in some of the Midwestern states, 8 out of 10 farmers don't even own their farm anymore. They just work it for a different owner. Is because they're trying to throw their money in that farmland, not as part of, a deep state conspiracy to kill us all, but instead because they know their money is not only going to not lose value, it's going to gain value. So they invest in land. They're not making any more land. As long as we still have people who need houses, there'll still be a market for land. It'll keep ever expanding unless a fucking comet wipes half of us off the planet.
Collecting. In fact, what if I told you that we all made a $1.2 million mistake because we didn't understand the power of coin collecting? Did you know that if you had purchased one MS7 program, so we gathered a team of world-class experts.
AutoSaver is basically, you have to be eligible for cash, to be eligible for the checks. You have to be enrolled in AutoSaver. So Phil keeps telling people, like, you don't have to be an AutoSaver. You can cancel your AutoSaver. You don't have to keep buying. You just got to pay the sign-up fee and blah, blah, blah. You don't have to, keep buying coins. If you need to turn it off, you can turn it off. Well, if you're worried about making an income off your points, you have to be enrolled in AutoSaver to receive a check. I don't care if you had 10,000 points on each leg and you were ready to go, you have to be enrolled in AutoSaver, AutoSaver to get any type of check back. I've read and reread their handbook.
Select collectible coins to take your collecting and legacy to the next.
That is where you're overpaying for coins. And Phil shows these prime examples of, like, this one. So we bought it for $109, and 3 days later it's for $700 on eBay. Yes, sometimes, and then sometimes the value drops out the bottom, and they're not worth as much as you paid for them, and they're not worth that much in weight because they're coins.
Next level. Our world-class coins and collections are sent to your door every single month.
That's right, Jennifer Dawn.
That your saving is on autopilot. Here are the 3 different options that you have.
Here's the 3 different levels you can do: basic, variety, and specialty. They are strongly suggesting specialty because you get some type of extra discount or some shit.
First is the basic. We send
you can just do this. Now that I'm telling you, there is an overwhelmingly good chance that you will never receive a check. Because it's too late. You got in too late. So why send your money to Phil and his 17 friends? If you're worried about silver and gold, you can still go do this. Go to a pawn shop. Go to a coin shop. Buy one a month. Take whatever these levels are, 100 something, 300 and something. Take that money out of your check every month and go get this and save the $500 you would have used to sign up.
The 7K exclusive collection MS70 Silver Eagle or standard 7K label MS70 Silver Eagle to your door every single month. Now, we run different labeled series like the US 50 State Series for this tried and true collectible. This option features the steady as she goes and most popular collectible coin that has proven to be a great long-term value. Now, our variety coin This will be quite a showcase when you're finished. These MS-70 world. With this option,
I'm skipping ahead again.
Every month you buy is another month we store your coins for free in our private vault. These private
So these are some of the benefits. They got private vaults that they can store stuff, military grade security. They'll store stuff for you for free as long as you're a certain level and pay for the membership. They've got the Send Money wallet, which means that you can send them money, they can send you money for your gold or silver, and you for their gold or silver. Plus, you can send other members money. It's kind of like having PayPal with the option of also gold and silver, but you have to do it through their company at their inflated prices.
Vaults are 100% insured by Lloyd's of London. They're military grade security, have inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and like I said before, one of the coolest member benefits is free wallet. This is a new age of precious metals that has arrived. Cash it out and more.
They're kind of trying to sell it on they're trying to sell that wallet. This is it, cash to gold, gold to cash, wallet thing. They're trying to almost, hey, Carolyn, good night. Thank you for joining us. They're trying to sell it kind of on the basis of like crypto, all the good things about crypto and how you can, ease of exchange, nobody's tracing your accounts and what's happening and blah, blah, blah. They're doing that. Member to member, gold to silver to you, whatever. 7K Advantage, that's part of their more rewards. 8,000 ways to save, exclusive offers on travel. So one of the owners of this 7K Metals had a travel discount card, MLM, and it just looks like he brought the stuff over here to it. I mean, it's got discounts, it's got travel discounts. That was eventually shut down after a lawsuit. I'm pretty sure I read his other one. The Getaway, so that's, I don't know, it's a member vacation where all they're going to talk about is how much they fucked people. All right, so remember, as of May 2017, 44% of Americans said they could not cover $400 emergency. Share, earn points, get paid. You, team 1, team 2, and there's your $500 check. If you have two teams, even they don't even show one leg as Phil's presenting it. Oh, you just need one person below you. And 500 points. They even show 3 people on each leg. And it's probably more like 8 to 10 people, unless they're just extremely wealthy and somehow you know that they're going to buy from you and overpay for silver. Let's skip ahead a little bit more. There's one more slide I definitely need to show you. Multiple ways to earn. So you earn points on all these things: memberships, renewals, monthly autosaver program, rare coin sales, retail sales. You can earn points on all that, but you got to have a minimum of 500 to get any rewards. Here's what you can earn: up to $500, up to $1,000, up to $2,000, up to $3,500 for each of the different levels. That would be the first one's called Associate, Copper, Bronze, Silver. Gold, Executive Gold, Presidential Gold, up to $7,000, up to $10,000, up to $12,500 a week. Phil said, "Oh, can you earn $12,500 a week?" Yes, you can. You might have to work your ass off, but no one's doing this shit. Member benefits, I ain't going to read all those. It's the same benefits we've already been over. Standard membership, premium membership, to get your wallet and get your fucking business cards and all your sign-up fees. That's the difference between the $500 sign-up and the other one. Here's the one you always want to be looking for. Remember when I told you that when they do an official presentation, they have to do an income disclosure. When they do an official presentation, they have to do an income disclosure.
Famous.
Presidential Gold's the highest level of their shit. Here is their income disclosure. So what this shows is associates, how much associates typically earn. Associates typically earn, now this is yearly, 0 to $36,000. So an associate level typically earns 0 to $36,575, which ends up being about $700 a week. That's the very, 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 very top of their associates. Most people are at the 0. This is not an average. Everybody in their company could earn $0 at the associate level, and one guy earns $36,000, and it would still say that. Okay? That's why it's kind of presented deceivingly, because everybody that's an associate at the company, except for one guy, could earn $0, and the other guy earned this, and it would still be written the exact same way. The vast majority, like I said, will never receive a payment. And then somebody obviously made $700 a week there. I would say less than you could count on one hand. Not in Phil Silver in the whole 7K company. Typical time range in this level is 0 to 20 months. So most people probably aren't earning big checks very soon because they spend up to 20 months there. And how many of our company are still associates? Because Phil says not only can you earn $500 a month, I can get you higher. We can get to copper. We can get to bronze. We can get to silver. We can get to gold. Okay? How many people out of all the 7K metal distributors, bigger, better, more people than Phil's got, make it past associate? Only 8%. How many people make it past copper? Only 6%. Copper ranges anywhere from $500 for the year to $46,000 for the year, which is still, I mean, you're working your ass off at that level, and you got super lucky. And let's see. If you're a copper, not only you're working your ass off, you got super lucky. 46. 875 divided by 52 equals. You're still only making $900 a week. And this has got to be more than a full-time job. You've got a team of people below you. You've got fucking headaches. You've got calls. You've got this. You've got that because you didn't get in early enough. And you got the bottom of the barrel for sales, baby. 0 to 22 months is for the coppers. How many people make bronze? 1%. How many make silver? Less than 1%. So there's no reason to worry about this. If you're not the 1% in wealth, you're probably not going to be the 1 or less than 1% in a MLM. This is like the people who helped found the company that's been around for 10 fucking years. This is not you. Ever. This is not you. This is you, and you're real close to this 0 down here. How many people have made gold, executive gold, or presidential gold? Nobody. Why would you even have those levels saying you can earn $12,500 a week if you just get to executive gold and you've never had a single fucking person do it? Not even your best friend who was the first person that you got on your pyramid scheme right below you, the owner. That seems disingenuous, no? Earn up to $12,500 a week. No one's ever done it, but maybe you'll get it. Wink. I have to say winks rather than winking because I got glasses on. Wink. That's very disingenuous to even have those levels. The vast majority of Phil's people are going to be in this 92% threshold, and they're going to be real close to the fucking 0. If you average Phil's people, I bet you it's less than $100 across the whole board of what people will make. I would almost venture to say it's less than $50. If you average everybody he signs up on this, it'll probably be less than $50. See you, Pixie. Good luck in your new job. Have a good night. I don't believe it. Obviously, he's clearly fucking his own audience. I understand, like, some people fuck people to make money, but damn, your own audience? All right, so we're moving on to the next thing, which is kind of tied in, I think, and with the help of someone in my inbox, I think that there is a brand new pyramid scheme that started. I'm pretty sure. Let me do this. So David Nino took down his video, but he put a video up today, which got my wheels kind of turning. It was up for a few hours. Let's see what it was. Jen O'Craven, The Truth, covered it.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, September 12th, 2021.
By the way, go subscribe to Jen. She talks about Nino and 107. She's really funny.
Grifters were predicting
There's
something
a
was
link.
going to happen yesterday on 9/11. They're all.
Let me find Nino's
Nino
new
said anything
video.
about it. He might have a few weeks. He changed his stuff. We'll go there.
That's not it. It's the next one.
Good morning, folks. How are you all doing today? Had a good weekend. I took some money.
Ever. You had a chance. You had your chance. What was the other thing? I came on and showed you guys this thing. This thing. Look at this guy. Ah, it's infuriating. Coming at you.
That's what he yells at his audience when he starts his show for some reason.
From the apocalypse.
Yes,
folks.
check out Jen O'Craven the Truth. She's
that
funny.
He never knew how to use. Supposedly. His hat and his glasses, which I guess they're his trademark. Nobody can have glasses like him. They're copying him. I've had these glasses a long time, dude. Had nothing to do with you. So that was weird. Oh my gosh. He's got a new one.
Just put up a brand new video right
We gotta
there.
go to it.
All right, here we go.
Oh my word. How long is it? Oh.
Hey, folks, the time is now, like never before. These unconstitutional mandates are in effect. If you're sick and tired of it, like I am, well, you can make the switch. It's the Patriot Switch. Hit the link below. You can earn money, and you can, if you want to quit your job, you can. And come with us. We have built an amazing community with Patriots, a networking community. We're basically taking the power back into our own hands.
An amazing community, a networking community. We're taking the power back. You can quit your job. You can come join us. We're starting a networking community. He never says what the name of this company is. All of these are gigantic warning signs that he's starting a multi-level marketing scheme, a pyramid scheme.
You'll have a store full of products you can choose from and buy from, and the products will be delivered at your house. That way you don't have to go through the landmine, the battlefield of hell with this garbage and being asked for your papers. No more of that. It's gone. Join me. Make the Patriot Switch. You can earn money and buy completely American, totally American. We have created a movement and a.
Sounds a lot like Phil trying to get people to sign up, no? Take it away from the cabal. We're going to make money. We're going to do... You quit your job. You won't have to follow anybody's rules. We can do this.
Network that you would not believe. And it's growing fast. Jump on
She's
now.
astonished.
Patriot Switch below. I'll have one of my family members.
I saw it and my mouth dropped. Because the first thing I thought is, this dude's doing a pyramid scheme too? I thought he was the champ. I thought he was this. I thought he was that. Just send just a quarter, folks. If you can send 25 cents. If you can send 25 cents to D-Rod, former champ, remodeling my upstairs second double over bathroom.
Or
rainfall shower head.
To get this done and join my network. Let's go.
What the frick? Are you kidding me? I just caught this.
Join my network is always a dead giveaway. I'm going to drop Jen's link one more time. Make sure you click on that and go subscribe, and you can come back and watch the video. But that's Jen O'Craven the Truth. Thank you. He took his video down. I watched it. I should have downloaded it. I knew better, but I didn't. And then I saw that she had covered it, and I was like, thank God we can see it. Come and join my network. That's another huge red flag. Not saying the name of the business. Another huge red flag. You can either just buy from it, or if you want to quit your job and sell it, you can sell it too. Another huge red flag. Now, is Nino going to make money on a pyramid scheme? Absolutely. Will all his fans get fucked? Absolutely. This is his website. This was at PatriotSwitchWithNino.com. PatriotSwitchWithNino.com. And it's very plain. Nino's Insiders. Please fill out the form. He says, a member of my family will contact you, friends or family. A member of my family will contact you, friends or family. It's just this. It's a picture of him, and it says, sign up, right? That's what this says.
Hey, folks. I just want to give a big thank you to everyone out there who started fighting back the deep state, the big corps, with your dollars, $1 at a time. We've created an amazing network of patriots, and it's taken off. The energy has been unbelievable. My family and friends are really, I call it the Patriot Switch family. It's really grown and it's taken off. We're taking our power back $1 at a time. And what's coming this fall, I believe, is going to make 2020 look like a scrimmage. And the least you can do is buy American. Take away from the big guy, punch the bully in the nose, and give back to the little guy. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's already been a part of this, and any of you that are thinking about it, that you're still thinking about it, go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. If you're still thinking about it, just go for it. Just go for it. It hit me the wrong way, and I hope it does you too. I hope that you're taking something away from shit like this, and that you are able to understand what's going on when this bullshit pops up, right? Like your bullshit meter is functioning a little better. From that, I found this. So this is on Facebook. It is called The Great Switch, is the name of the Facebook page, but this video was called Patriot Switch. It's the only thing I can really find on it. Patriot Switch. Here's the video. I bet you that music's gonna give me a strike. Like we are powerless. Our voices don't matter. Stop saying what you want, a better world, and then give your paycheck to those who do not share your values. We have to do something, and we can. Vote with your dollars. It's time to make the switch. Patriot Switch. Learn more today. Want to know how these mega corporations like P&G force out the little guys? So they've got a Facebook page. They've rebranded as The Great Switch instead of Patriot Switch. But one thing I figured out about Nino's website is he's owned that since May. I don't know if he's been advertising this secretly somewhere I haven't seen, but he's owned that website since May. So they've had time to rebrand and rename, and he's probably just got the old fucking website up. He doesn't have a new one. So this is some of their partners that they go through: consumer goods, the illusion of choices, where does your money go, how do your purchases make a difference, it depends on who you support, the illusion of choice. It changes what changes things until we accept. Are you ready to make the switch? The Great Switch. And that's what he's hawking, at least. Let me grab this right quick. And I started thinking about it. You know, he keeps saying shit like join my network, join my team. I'll have a member of my family call you. You can either just buy from us, or you can have your own website and you can sell. You can do this, you can do that, which got me down that rabbit trail. Now, allegedly, this is all part of a well-known MLM, but we're not going to talk about that right now because someone reminded me that we had seen this before. Someone in my sent me an email and reminded me that we had seen this before. Now, I was dumb. I remember seeing this, but at the same time that I saw this, I also remember seeing that Mike Lindell was starting like a shop. Instead of My Pillow, it was called My Something Else, and I thought that's what they were talking about. because they were talking about Mike Lindell at the time. I thought that these people who were talking about buying local, buying small, supporting these companies that support Patriots, I thought they were talking about Mike Lindell's store. I had no idea that they were doing something else. So it kind of blew my mind when I went back and thought about it again, and then ended up pulling up some of their old videos and like, let's check this one out. The Doe with the frog nose.
Hey guys, Doug from the Frog News Network. The video above will start at the posted time. Meanwhile, check out our sponsors, patriotsharing.com. And here's a
check out our sponsors. Remember, to be a patriot, you must participate. Frog News Network, Buy American, Support American Patriots, patriotsharing.com.
Picture and a link. And also X39 LifeWave stem cell technology patches. And remember, to be a patriot, you have to participate. Thank you and God bless.
So that seemed kind of like a direct push for that. Patriotsharing.com. That's not the only video they shared. We've got more that they kind of talked about this on. But if you go to patriotsharing.com, well, it's on the same exact website, and it's the same exact form, set up the same exact way on JotForm. This is patriotsharing.com. This is Switch with Nino, patriotswitchwithnino.com. JotForm. This is Bologna Fried's video here.
Hey, Bonafide here. First thing I want to do is I want to thank you for making the first step in coming here to patriotsharing.com. As you know, we are being taken over by the corporation.
It would definitely seem that way, but let's see where this leads to.
And
see, Johnny,
pretty much gain control. There's only one way that we can take our control back. This right here is your vote. This is your voice. And when you take this away from them, they have no power. We have set up Patriot Sharing, so we are out here signing up patriots and taking this money away from Walmart, Costco, and all these big
signing up. Typically, within these types of things, signing up means also paying a membership fee.
Big box stores. And what we want to do is we want to see if you're interested in it. If it's something that works for you, that's great. If it don't, that's great. We also have plenty of other Patriot-owned businesses.
I don't know if you're starting to see a pattern here, but it seems like it's developing.
We're going to be listing here on the website. But I do want to thank you for coming here. If you're interested in starting to spend your money with real patriots, remember, Walmart cares nothing about you unless you have this vote with you. Please understand that. So what I want you to do is, I want you to fill out the blanks below, and then make sure you put your phone number in and all your information, and then we're going to have another like-minded patriot call you and introduce you to Patriot Sharing and show you exactly how it works. God bless you, and God bless America.
Okay, and if you want to see where else they featured it at, that's not it. Here's one.
Hey, Bonafide here. We get emails every day from people that want to know how to get involved. The first thing I can tell you what to do is to go get involved with your local government. From the school board to the county council meetings to the city hall meetings, there are going to be groups of people, that like-minded people that are in your area, and you go group up with them, and y'all start replacing these politicians with patriots. It's not that hard. I've seen it done. The next thing you need to do is stop spending your hard-earned money with these cabal-owned businesses. That's why we have come up with a program to support locally owned and nationally owned patriot-owned businesses.
I've been talking about this for a while. If it's what I think it is, which I do not, I'll be honest with you, I do not have all the receipts right now. I'm trying to get them together. I'm still doing some research. If it's what I think it is, and it goes to the person that I'm going to lead it to tonight and say, I think this is it. I've been saying this since they first mentioned his fucking name.
.com. That is patriotsharing.com. Fill out the information, and we will contact you. A like-minded patriot will contact you and show you how to get involved in taking our country back. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right. Now there's another video. This is the same. This is the Bologna Fried video that started it. This is just. It's also on YouTube, and people are like, "Put my name where? I don't know where to fill out my name." Now, just to show you that there's more people involved, let's see who this guy is.
Hey, y'all, looky here. I got a fella here. He's from overseas. He talks kind of funny. His name is Eric Corcoran, I think. Is that right?
Corcoran, yes.
Corcoran.
Yes, that's
Corcoran.
right.
Have you ever said, looky here before?
No.
Somebody's got businessforliberty.com. Businessforliberty.com.
No, I'm talking about now looky here.
Now looky here.
That is pay attention in redneck.
That's right, I like that.
You understand?
That's
You're going to have to do it. If you're going to be in the South and you get in a room, you're going to have to say, now looky here.
Now looky here.
That means pay attention.
All right.
All right, we're going to teach each other things, all right?
Yeah.
All right, have you ever heard of ain't no such a thing?
No, but I love it. That sounds great.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Ain't no such a thing. That's what my dad used to tell me. All right, what that means is they ain't no such of a thing. That means it's a lie. So when you hear a lie, when you hear somebody tell a lie, you got to say it. Go ahead, say it.
Ain't no such a thing.
You got to say it strong.
That's right.
Say it. Say it. You got to practice.
Ain't no such a thing.
If you're going to be in a room full of rednecks, patriots,
that's right,
and you hear a lie, what you going to say?
Ain't no such a thing.
That's exactly right. Now, this gentleman right here is the owner of businessesforliberty.com, and he's going to tell you all about it. Basically, we have all been under the attack of the...
Now, Businesses for Liberty, I think, may help them with their marketplace. But this interview was done back in June 15th. Businesses for Liberty is going to help it with their marketplace, the stuff that you can buy, putting the vendors there, listing stuff on the website for their MLM. Now, do you guys remember everybody was praising him for so long? Scoot had him on. His name, the guy from Canada, his name was Chris Sky. Chris Sky. Well, somebody warned me that that this was, yes, Brad Barton too. Somebody warned me that this right here sounded an awful lot like a pyramid scheme called, let's see if I can find it. I already forgot the name. Melaleuca. I think it's Melaleuca. It's Melaleuca, where Melaleuca has a marketplace that they operate from, and you can buy everything from vitamins to shampoo to cleaning. It's kind of like Amway, okay? So somebody warned me that this sounded an awful lot like Melaleuca or Luca. I don't know how to say it, but I got a video on it. I'll learn. Somebody warned me that. And I know for a fact that Chris Sky has been signing people up as well for an MLM. So I started the research with Chris Sky to see what I could get to the bottom of there. And I found this tweet. One of reply, Chris Sky, new gig, according to this company. Bahaha, it's Melaleuca. $2 billion in annual sales of wellness products, and the Lynn Wood thing is just a dream of theirs. So Chris Sky was talking about a new business opportunity that he was putting people in that was part that Lynn Wood was going to be a part of. And this person reached out and tried to, if you see, by the way, just so you know, if you see who this email is from. Do you see who this email is from? We had Patriot Switch. We had The Great Switch. We had switching over to Patriot Sharing. And now we've got Just Say Switch. Just Say Switch. They said, Jesus fucking Christ, when does movement mean multi-level marketing? So if we read this email, it says, this is a movement more than any type of investment opportunity. The company has been in business 35 plus years, but we found as the perfect vehicle that checked all the boxes for what we're trying to accomplish. As far as products, they are manufactured and shipped by the company, no middleman. About 450 everyday products like toothpaste, shampoos, all hygiene products, cleaning products, too many to list obviously. But they are high quality, safe and natural, better than you'll find at Walmart, Target, Walgreens, etc. Family is the Vandersloots. If you know anything about multi-level marketing, the Vandersloots have started like tons of pyramid scheme. Tons of pyramid scheme. Family is the Vandersloots, owned it from day one, declined a few buyout offers from the big boys over the years. Since we started in February, podcasters, YouTubers, influencers, since we started in February. By the way, does anybody remember when Bologna Fried showed up on Frog News? Since we started in February, podcasters, YouTubers, influencers, and a few celebrities have joined the cause and bringing it to their fans and audiences. Company is headquartered in Idaho, and Canadian distribution center is in Calgary, I believe. Feel free to check out the company's store products. We've reached out to Lynn Wood to see if we can incorporate our movement into his Strike Back for Freedom, launching on September 11th. His Strike Back for Freedom starting on September 11th. The company is U.S.-based distribution center manufacturers, no custom issues. All products are manufactured and shipped with no middleman. Canada is right behind the U.S. as the second largest market. Patriot family owned. Not one dime in over 35 years spent on advertising with mainstream media or big tech. We started this movement in February, and with the help of American and Canadian podcasters, YouTubers, influencers, and celebrities, we've managed to help thousands, likely over 10,000 of families, just switch who they're giving their money to every month, month after month, year after year. For generations, we've been programmed to think that we didn't have an alternative to buying Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, the same people listed on the websites, etc. Products from Walmart, Amazon, Target. Millions of dollars have now been diverted away from these corporations that use that money against us. We've been funding our own demise. Chris felt, this is Chris Sky, Chris felt this is the perfect to kick off his Phase 2 Taking Action plan. This project makes it easy for everyone to do something, to affect change, and they can do it right now. Love to have you and all patriots on board with Chris to start the change that is necessary. Lynn Wood will be kicking off his big boycott on 9/11, but as usual, Chris is already a step ahead. Strange. Very strange. Melaleuca turns 35. It's officially headquartered in the right place. It's the right age. Funnily enough, the FTC sent a cease and desist letter to the company in early June, as their MLM reps were making unsubstantiated claims about potential income, as all MLM reps do. The owner is a billionaire. Still waiting to hear back from Chris' involvement, if any, given the deceptive nature of the original statements about Lynn Wood. Well, it was a funny distraction. Melaleuca, and here's their products they offer, with plans to expand products. Very strange that Bologna Fried shows up and says, we're going to build a network of YouTubers and podcasters and patriots and Americans, and we're going to... By the way, this MLM is not a patriot-owned company. It's just the company that you went to. You're going to say because they didn't advertise on social media and big tech that there... No, none of the vast majority of these MLMs, especially the old school ones, Amway and Melaleuca, they don't advertise because they don't tell you the name of their company until they sucked you in. Then if we go to... We've already dropped Lynn Wood twice. Yeah, Nino was the one I started with. We've already dropped Lynn Wood twice. So let's see what Lynn Wood's got, and let's open up and see who all's going to be involved in this. Lynn Wood, General Flynn, Sidney Powell, Mike Lindell. I would beg to say that they probably won't do a whole lot other than mentioning this. Candace Taylor's a candidate. Then we have Jairus Jackson, Professor Dave Clements, Seth Keshel, Stu Peters, Brad Barton, Pastor Stuart Guthrie, Ann Vandersteel, Eric Kokorin, Doug Kuzma, Doug Billings, John DeLim, Tim Greer, and now you can add Nino to it. David Nino Rodriguez. This is Operation Strike Back that is going to be confined with this, with Chris Sky, with everybody else. This is how many people have signed it, apparently. Where you're supposed to sign a pledge to boycott all these companies and only buy from your MLM, which requires a sign-up fee, which requires a monthly spend, which requires you to pay money to shop with them, so you can spend money with a Patriot company that has nothing to do with being a Patriot company. The money-making machine for Mr. Vandersloot, a billionaire. So I'm pretty sure if we dig hard enough and wait long enough, we're definitely going to see the likes of Brad Barton, definitely Doug Billings, definitely Stu Peters. Some of these others are going to be... I haven't found their websites yet. But we know where this is headed. By the way, the same pledge... the same pledge that's on this very website, I pledge to strike back for freedom, I blah, 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 whatever. The same pledge that's on this very website is right here. Strike back. Call to action. Strike back. It's time to take a stand. We got to do this. Got to do that. It's sitting over here on Frog News website. And it's right below the Patriot Buy American. To be a patriot, you've got to participate. Wonder if these two things are connected. Certainly seems that way. It certainly seems like they're given this. Yeah, I heard he had something called Star of the Cabal or something. What's his thing called? And he appeared on Frog News. He appeared on I don't know if he appeared with Chris Sky or not. He appeared with Frog News, and what's his name is there, Bologna Fried. He's appeared with some of these people just recently, to do his little thing. Brad Barton speaks to him. Frog News clearly speaks to him and endorses him. We might be adding Jaco to that list. Star of the Beast, thank you, Star of the Beast. I had to look that up actually, and I will. Now I've got a video on the Melaleuca. But I feel like we know exactly where this is headed with Lynn Wood. And so I'm not saying that Melaleuca is going to be the only store. I don't think it is. I think what's actually going to happen is Melaleuca is going to be all their products, and they're probably going to add a separate section with Liberty Water and the X39 patches and this and that and all that shit also on the website. I would say that's probably it. Whoever you sign in under is who's going to get your points to make the money. From your points to make the money, that's how they're going to earn these giant fucking checks if they weren't already given, $10 or $20, $30, $50,000 to make the fucking video. I've said since the very beginning that I think that Bologna Fried is Lynn Wood's tool to manipulate, take over, and change these websites, these podcasts, these YouTube channels, and use them for his benefit for financial gain. because Bologna Fried said that he was going to have 10 or 20 or 100 different channels. They're all going to be part of a network, blah, blah, blah. Now Linwood's getting tight with, Phildo. We got Chris Sky involved in case to get it up in Canada. They ship there too. We've got Nino now on. I think we're starting to get to the bottom of where's the big money going to come from? Where's the big money going to come from? How does Lin Wood benefit? Lin Wood is the top of the pyramid. Here's a video quick. I like this person's channel. I'm not going to watch their whole video, and I will link their channel. Sometimes I don't agree with her, but her name is Illuminati, like I call Scotty Illuminati Scotty. She does a pretty good job. This is on the Melaleuca or whatever wellness company. This was from February. Let's see what she got to say.
And welcome back to the channel. My name is Blair, or the Illuminati, and today we're going to be talking about the Melaleuca MLM and the CEO who runs it, Frank L. Vandersloot. And I don't know what it is about the name Vandersloot, but it sounds like a billionaire villain from a kid's movie. But anyway, I'm going to try and stick to a timeline here between Vandersloot and Melaleuca so you can get an idea of how they both grew together. And that timeline starts in 1948. So without much further eloquence, let's get right into the video. Vandersloot was born on August 14th, 1948. He lived on a farm in Idaho and began to save for college early on. According to Forbes, he manned the farm's cream separator twice a day, turning it by hand to separate cream from milk. His dad let him sell the excess cream not used by the family, netting him $2.50 per week. He took jobs on neighboring farms too, building fences, putting up hay, and operating tractors. As a teenager, he joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, becoming a Mormon, and then graduated from BYU in 1972 with a bachelor's in marketing. Now, Mormons and MLMs honestly do go hand in hand in a lot of these videos, but today isn't about that. I just thought
Church of Latter-day Saints.
It was interesting to mention, and it will be important later on. Now, once Vandersloot graduated, he was working for ADP, then Cox Communications. At this point, the Forbes article says he went off on his own to start Melaleuca in 1985, but it's actually a little bit more complicated than that. Idaho Falls magazine states that he started selling off beef jerky.
Yes. I just went to Phil's Star of the Beast Telegram channel. He's got the same pictures. He's got the same pledge. He's got the only thing different is he's calling his Star of the Beast, and he's got an American flag as his logo. Absolutely. 100%. He's got the same circle with all the different companies in it. He's got the same everything here. But you have to make a calendar appointment and have him call you. Instead of using the Jot form, he's using Calendly. To set up appointments to have you join for a Star of the Beast. It's the exact same fucking thing. So now we got Phil, obviously earlier than the others. Well, the frogs have been doing this for a while. I just missed it. I thought they were talking about Lindell's shopping thing. I really did. And I knew Lindell's shopping thing wasn't going to be open for a little bit, so I just blew it off.
For a local businessman, Roger Ball, then left to cut his teeth at Fortune 500 companies. He eventually became a regional vice president at ADP and vice president at Cox Communications. Before returning to work with Ball 13 years later at a new startup of oil of Melaleuca, Vandersloot had spent his time wisely, grooming himself in the fine art of marketing and business management. I had made it in corporate America, he said. Where I worked, everything was measured. I performed well, and as a result got lots of promotions. They were good to me. The experience prepared him for later success. I tell young sprouting entrepreneurs all the time,
so this is Vandersloot's early story. I'm going to skip ahead some.
Eating healthier or exercising more, or if they were dieting anyway. It's hard to trust that when there's no control in the study, there's no understanding of what the participants were doing in their outside time, or any additional explanations as to how those results possibly happened. As for these peak performance packs that they reviewed, I can't say I'm really thrilled by looking at them because they don't have anything exactly revolutionary in them. There's grapeseed extract, green tea extract, ginkgo extract, then gelatin and magnesium and a few other ingredients. Grapeseed extract has been promoted as a dietary supplement, sure, but there's not enough high-quality evidence to rate its effectiveness either. Again, that's not me saying that this definitely does or does not work, but I do think it's safe to say that this is not revolutionary. Aside from the direct selling method, they also have an Amazon page where they sell multivitamins, cleaners, all that stuff. They're really quite pricey, as is the case with many MLMs, but judging by the ratings, it seems like the
reason MLM's products are pricey is they have to afford that percentage that you get. You know, you might get $1 here, you might get $5 the next level, $10 the next level, all the way up. It doesn't actually work like that. You actually get a smaller portion higher up the pyramid, but you get it from exponentially more people.
Are still out here buying these things. If you like or need supplements, again, you do you. I would just rather see someone purchase supplements from a company that doesn't operate kind of like a pyramid scheme, or, you know, where the CEO describes them as customers at the bottom of a pyramid. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, the first sign of trouble for Melaleuca and Vandersloot came in 1991. Between 1991 and 1997, Melaleuca was investigated by Michigan regulators, the Idaho Attorney General's Office, and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for marketing regulation. One source states, in 1991, Melaleuca entered into a voluntary compliance.
Why is Lynn Wood, Phil, Nino, Frog News, why are all these people pushing a different MLM? Not just Phil's silver one, but now a different one, and claiming that it's spending your dollars with patriots. It would be different if they actually gathered companies that actually put their money where their mouth was, and you were buying through them, and there was no sign-up fee because you're already buying from the company. You're spending your money with the companies. You don't need to sign up.
Assurance with the Idaho
Not a knockoff Amway
office, which found that certain independent marketing executives of Melaleuca had violated Idaho law. Among other things, the agreement required Melaleuca to ensure that its marketing executives would not suggest that the company or its marketing plan were endorsed by the FDA or the state attorney general, and that it would not use photos of current or former Idaho attorney generals in its marketing materials. The company was ordered to pay the state $1,000 for the cost of the investigation. The state knocked off $500 in recognition of the company's cooperation. In 1992, the Michigan Attorney General's office investigated Melaleuca's business practices. The Attorney General alleged that materials about a company program claimed participants were making $80,000 to $100,000 within 1
They had all Melaleuca products. I was a kid, but it felt so weird. Yeah.
or 2 years, and that bonuses were paid simply for recruiting new participants, which is illegal in Michigan. The AG also alleged that literature from a Michigan participant made false and misleading representations that the company was endorsed by the Michigan Attorney General and the Federal Trade Commission. The assurance in this instance is very extensive and not our typical.
At the very least, they're lying to you on buying Patriot, on putting your money where your mouth is, on starving the beast, on you're paying a billionaire to sell you overpriced products, and you're going to be pressured into joining it and selling it to all your friends. If I showed up tomorrow and said, look, we're going to, it's time that we bring the right-wing conservative patriots out of the past in the 21st century, we're all signing up for Amway, you wouldn't be like, what the fuck?
Boilerplate, says Robert Ward Jr., the former Michigan Assistant Attorney General who drafted the agreement with Melaleuca. We seem to really nail them down to specific remedies not ordinarily required in these cases. We were concerned with earnings claims and their entire marketing program. Melaleuca did not admit wrongdoing, but it signed an agreement with the state assuring it would not engage in.
That's right, Joy Harp. And who the fuck needs 2 of her books? What, you going to read one with each hand? With each eye? Fucking, I only sell books 2 at a time. The fuck out of here. Not 2 different books, 2 copies of my book. Now, I'm going to skip ahead again. That way we don't kind of steal her whole video.
Companies shouldn't depend on their new recruitments. This is why I feel like pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes and, MLMs all kind of go hand in hand. You need to keep an endless supply of downlines or customers or investors coming in. Otherwise, this will eventually collapse in on itself because
this is a pretty cool channel, though, that I like. I'll drop the link again.
I'm not saying no one but distributors buy MLM products, but Melaleuca relies on the recruits because they're the majority of the customer base. As irritating as this might make me, though, it's Vandersloot's own personal decisions that are absolutely appalling. One source explains family values rank high among Vandersloot's priorities and have seemed to have fueled his involvement in politics, which began in 1999. That year, Vandersloot helped to underwrite an Iowa-wide billboard campaign protesting a documentary that was supposed to be broadcast on public television that tried to show how teachers are dealing with sexual issues that make.
Is this how they're going to claim that he's patriots? Because he's against gay marriage or homosexuals? Super patriot. What are these other ones? Vandersloot supported radio and TV, knocking Morgan Stanley, Dean Ryder, Idaho Falls office because his New York headquarters had invited former President Clinton to speak at its bond conference. He's not part of the cabal. He's a fucking billionaire. All he's playing, he's conservative to keep more of his money in his pocket. Bullying threats, bringing patently frivolous lawsuits against his political critics, magazines, journalists, and bloggers that make him particularly pernicious. There's one more here. This was not a dispute over a few words. It was a push by a super rich businessman. He pushed somebody. Oh, it was a push to wipe out news coverage that he disapproved of. First tip came, what is this?
With only about 26,000 readers at the time. As one site reports, first came the tip. A pedophile caught at a local scout camp in 1997 had not had 2 victims, as we reported at the time. He had dozens. When we went to the courthouse to look for the civil suit filed by these victims, the clerks and the computers said there was no such case. We later learned that the National Boy Scouts of America and its local Grand Teton Council had hired 2 of Idaho's best connected law firms to seal the files and hide what became known as the Brad Stowell case. The Post-Register went to court in late 2004, and by January 2005, we dragged the case file into the light of day and read it from beginning to end. Turns out that
it looks like he's given $200,000 to the National Republican Senatorial Committee, $30,000 to the Republican National Committee. He made several contributions to political candidates in 2015, including $5,400 to Mike Crapo for U.S. Senate, $2,700 to Carly for America, $5,200 to Marco Rubio for President, $10,200 to the Rubio Victory Committee, $5,000 to Marco Rubio's Reclaim America PAC, and $33,400 to Kevin McCarthy's McCarthy Victory Fund. He didn't even support Trump. Tell you right now, one thing that's not going to help us out is supporting the RNC. Jesus fucking Christ.
As 1991, Scout...
We got to get rid of the Texas governor, and we got to get rid of this guy. You guys don't know that this guy, he's a rhino. But we're going to get the people who support the RNC with hundreds of thousands of dollars yearly.
Leaders had been warned about Stowell.
Jesus Christ.
Top-level local and national leaders of the Mormon Church, which sponsors all of Grand Teton's Council scout troops, had also been warned, but to no effect. From these files, we learned that while under investigation, Stowell confessed his problem to his bishop in 1988 and had been sent to church counselors for sex abuser treatment. 7 years later, this bishop told Scout executives he knew of no reason Stowell should not be a Scout camp leader. The files also showed lawyers for the Boy Scout organization knew about more victims, but never told those boys' parents. The victims were probably asleep at the time, one lawyer said, and even if not, it was a bad memory best ignored. In February 2005, the Post-Register launched a 6-day series. The first day's story featured a 14-year-old camper, Adam Steed, who forced adult leaders to call the cops on Stowell. Steed was the son of a Mormon seminary teacher and a cinch to become an Eagle Scout, but he'd quit scouting and instead of being praised for his efforts to stop Stowell from harming others, Scout leaders and fellow Scouts had shunned him for bringing down this man whom they described as charming and accomplished.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be putting in a lot more fucking time on chasing this fucking thing down. There's so many people and it's so fucking deep. And it's tied everywhere. Let's see how much income here's their income disclosure.
Okay. Regardless of how Melaleuca hypes itself up and claims to cooperate with the FTC, their income disclosure proves that their opportunity is minimal at best. Also, their income disclosure was difficult as hell to read because they went by percentages of who they claim are employees and not customers. So the 8% that they say are just advocates actually make up the majority of their employees because they are saying 81% are customers. It's really difficult to get through, and math is not my strong suit in school, still not my strong suit now, so I went to another source that broke these numbers down, and here's what they said. According to their income disclosure for 2018, directors level 1 and 2 earn an average income of about $2,000 per year with 8 customers. As far as
I want to be, maybe sure, but I want to be the guy who just showed up drunk to watch the fight.
As I understand it, that means to add $160 to your monthly household income, you need to be selling Melaleuca products to 8 people. However, the average earnings of a company might not give you the entire picture of what's going on. Median income is much more revealing, but they don't tell us that. Why use median income?
Of course they wouldn't give you median income. That's the same thing I just said on Phil's thing. They don't give you median income because one person can make $50,000, every other person can make zero, and it would just say $0 to $50,000 is what you can expect.
The classic example is that there are 10 people in a room who each earn $1 per day. Bill Gates walks in and he earns $1 million per day. The average income of the group jumps to $91,000. The median is still $1. Regardless, it does appear that you can make up to $39,987 according to their report as a director level 1 or 2 without
Does anybody believe that a single fucking the RNC, the DNC, or any fucking PAC does a goddamn thing for you? It's a way for billionaires to hide money for favors later on. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been.
Recruiting at all. They do not say how many customers you'd need to achieve that kind of income, but they do say it's done with 8 to 16 personal customers and 8 to 75 active customers. They don't tell us the difference between active and personal customers, so there may be some kind of auto ship involved there, but that's just a guess. Point is, Melaleuca's income is all over the place and it really doesn't reveal that much. I'd say it's a safe assumption that their figures are similar to any other MLM we've covered, but I can't state that for sure, and I really don't want Vandersloot coming after me if I do, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now, aside from their claims, their numbers, and the homophobia, there have also been a few recent lawsuits. One is actually from Itworks, another MLM that I've discussed on the YouTube channel.
Oh god, Itworks is so
against Melaleuca as of August 2020 for allegedly luring its salespeople away and using confidential information to sabotage the company. Melaleuca encourages its distributors to solicit and or poach distributors from competing companies through the use of deceptive claims regarding the income that potential distributors could reasonably expect to receive, the Itworks complaint reads. Itworks claims former distributors have breached non-compete agreements and some are trying to recruit current distributors to work for Melaleuca. During a July recruiting video conference, one defendant allegedly said she had friends in Itworks corporate who told her to run, the lawsuit states. In some cases, the distributor defendants peddled misleading claims about their success with Melaleuca while encouraging Itworks distributors to not only break their own agreements, but also to solicit other current Itworks distributors.
Hey Tony, are you doing your thing tonight?
Their contractual obligations to Itworks as well, the lawsuit reads. And I just can't bring my...
Yeah, actually, Lynn, I've talked about that before. So, I joined Amway one time to I was trying to meet some real business contacts, and I knew there were some in this group, so I went ahead and joined. So they would accept me or whatever. But I did make some money doing my thing. Okay, Mafia Mondays tomorrow. There are these people that they call garage qualified, and what that means is just like Phil Silver. To be eligible to receive the money from the people below you, you have to have a certain number of points, meaning you purchased or sold a certain number of things. You have to have that money. And the way Amway did it, only so much of it could be in your name, like you self-purchased it. So I know people that to get paid from the people below them, and the people below them are probably doing it, and the people below them are probably doing it, to get their paycheck, their measly-ass paycheck, they were spending twice as much and making up fictional people to buy from them, having it shipped to friends and family's house, and then stacking it in their fucking garage so they could go to the next double super-starred eagle of pain or whatever. I don't know, all the different levels they had. Why are so many people falling for these fucking pyramid schemes? You know who makes money? The people who start them. Or, if you want to be a dirty, rotten piece of shit and have an audience of hundreds of thousands of people, yeah, you can make money off of it. And yeah, some of the very first people who sign up will make money too. But everybody else is going broke, dude.
Myself to care too much, honestly. MLM versus MLM lawsuits tend to revolve around, they stole my distributors and company information, but since both businesses are pretty horrible, it's kind of a lose-lose either way. Now, this isn't Melaleuca's only lawsuit, of course. Terry Dorfman and Ken Dunn have also spoken out against the company. The whole story for this is also down in the sources, but from Business for Home, the lawsuit is one for wrongful termination. The judgment seems to have gone against Melaleuca here, but there's not a ton of information about
Jesus Christ. I'm over here just asking if you can and you want to support the show, please go to cultclub.com and click the link. And they're like, this piece of shit, look, he's begging for money. They're over here building fucking pyramid scheme empires. I don't know what I might have to do. I might have to start selling fucking lemon-ass used cars on the live stream or something. I've got to top this.
About the outcome, and it all seemingly took place in 2010, so there's probably not going to be new info here. And look, I'll try to be fair here and say yes, Melaleuca and Vandersloot have done some good as well. They've made donations to schools, delivered supplies to shelters after Hurricane Katrina, contributed to an orphanage in Ecuador, all under the Melaleuca Foundation name. Considering that his net worth as of writing this is $3.5 billion, I'd say the actions are pretty minimal though, and they don't make up for the despicable things Vandersloot has done. He's still not the worst CEO I've come across, and that should be absolutely saying something, but he is up there. I know today was probably a bit more about him than
He allegedly passed, yeah.
But for anyone that may be trying to convince a friend or family member not to join Melaleuca, just send them this and ask if they really want to put their money.
So yeah, the reason that most of these are based in Utah, most of the MLMs and shit like that are based in Utah and have a lot to do with the Mormon Church is because they get to run fucking wild in Utah. All the politicians seem to be paid off. They never pay any attention. They're huge in the fucking Mormon Church. And they have this weird belief system that basically they feel guilty if they don't buy from you. So church members are selling to other church members, selling to other church members, selling to other church members, selling to other church members. It's rampant in Utah. There's several documentaries on like the MLM market and just the state of Utah and Mormons.
Money and sales towards this guy because the money eventually does make its way back to his wallet. But with all of that being said, that's where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you so much for joining me for another Multi-Level Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe.
So if you guys want to check out, I'll drop the link one more time. This is Illuminati. She's got a pretty good channel. I don't think she's definitely not conservative from her political beliefs, but most of the time it's just about scams and bullshit like that. It's not about her politics. That's not the type of channel she runs. But I can't believe that. They're building fucking pyramid like not even like, oh yeah, I got a couple people to sign up for this company over here. They're building fucking empires. No wonder Doug's making bank off the fucking patches. That's probably why they recruited him. He was already selling bullshit. He's already selling patches that he claims transfers stem cells to you. Hell, he'll sell this other shit too. Just wait and see. Since Tony's not going to go live, I have a couple people I want to introduce you to. First, this guy from the Reveal Report. I can't remember. He'll say it. I can't remember his name. Chris something, I think.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Reveal Report. I'm George Iceman, and today we will be discussing...
Oh, that's it. George Iceman. This is George Iceman.
The Great Reset. What is the Great Reset? Who's behind it? What does it mean? Many don't think it exists, but I'm here to tell you it does exist. We must ask questions and find out what is it about. I'm going to share a video with you right now about the Great Reset and something that's being shown all over the internet. I want you to take a look. Here it is.
I don't really care. Everybody's seen that video. I'm more concerned with this guy. I want to know more about him. Looks interesting.
In doubt that this exists, I'm going to show you more proof, more evidence. Right now, I want to share another video with you of Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, who made reference to it on a video.
Yes, he's tied closely to Jesse,
like a...
and Jesse is one of the people that I'm working on something for. That's one of the reasons I want to know more about this guy. He also appeared over here on the Right Side broadcast, where he told people that even though he presents a Christian, conservative, blah, 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 whatever, front and appearance, he told people that if you're going to come after him, you better be afraid, because he knows magic too. I forget where it's at. Hold on. Where's the sound? Oh, did I mute this tab? Yeah, okay.
So we usually start with 10 or 15 minutes of a topic, and then I bring them
Let
in.
me see where this part is right quick. I think it's at 14 minutes. Let's go to 14 minutes. This is just a weird quote for him to be, to be the Christian conservative podcaster he is. Listen closely. This is called episode 149, Circling Wagons, not defense, but offense, right on radio.
That this is not something that you read in a book or see in a movie. This exists. This really happens. I lived it for 10 years, Jesse a lot longer, and many others on my show. So it's a platform that we created for people to speak the truth. And Jesse came out and exposed many things and shocking revelations. And I am honored to be on her side. I'm honored to have her on my show. And if anyone out there who's trying to bring her down, you have a lot to go through. And in the magical circles, if there's those witches and warlocks and covens that wish to practice their magical rituals and attack those that are on this show, including me, you're in for a big surprise. We too also practice magic, and we will show you what we're all about.
Excellent, George. Well,
why the hell are people shaking their head yes? Pretty sure the Bible was pretty clear about practicing magic. I got my own video coming out on you. It's pretty compromising. All I gotta do is figure out which one of these keys is the edit button. That's right. It's Control E, I think, is the edit button.
Go through. And in the magical circles, if there's those witches and warlocks and covens that wish to practice their magical rituals and attack those that are on this show, including me, you're in for a big surprise. We too also practice magic, and we will show you what we're all about.
Excellent, George. Well said, as always. Now,
that's just a weird quote to make. Actually, I was wrong. Control E is actually the endurance key. The edit key, that's to make your computer stay on longer for endurance. The edit key is Alt F4. Hold down Alt, hit F4.
Jody doesn't have her own show per se, but she's a frequent guest on many of the shows, and Jody works behind the scenes with a lot of shows and with a lot of causes. And Jody has a very specific word from the Lord today that we wanted to bring her on.
So this guy is very strange. He gives me weird vibes. He's very, very defensive of Jesse. And we all know who Jessie is. She was raised to be the coven witch mother of the coven of the spiders and evil things of Satan and the witches and the dark lord of our time from within the earth and the blood rituals or whatever. She's on the show all the time. He's super protective of her, even to go as far as like, we practice our own magic, our Jesus magic, and we're going to get it. But it's just strange. I'm gonna figure out who this guy is. George Iceman. I got to do a little bit of a show on him, and somebody who's kind of come out of nowhere, at least for me. Somebody said that Cliff High was the new king of BitChute, and I've never seen Cliff High. I've never heard a single one of his videos. I had this one playing in the background earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. I'd like to see what he's got to say.
Hello, humans. Sunday, the 12th of September, 2021. Man, who knew we would be here now, right? Especially us old farts. So where to start? I mean, there's absolutely so much happening in the woo. This is woo and consequences, right? you can ignore reality as long as you want. You can live in a fantasy world. You can declare yourself to be a female, even though you're a muscular male, and with all the accoutrements. And you can keep saying you're a female, and if you do it long enough, you get a certain percentage of the people to at least accommodate you, right? But it doesn't change reality.
This guy is an on-air personality for Impact Wrestling. He's an announcer, writer, and producer for Destiny World Wrestling.
You will not read on a blog or a website, but you'll hear it here first. My sources will never be exposed, and they could consist of friends, family members, loved ones, sports agents.
That's the creepy guy.
Even health professionals. Whoever they are, they will never be revealed. Today's intel is about a tag team, ladies and gentlemen. A tag team that is very successful here at Impact Wrestling. And I'm here to tell you that there seems to be a rift amongst these two individuals. Now, I was told a story about these two that were traveling on...
Whatever.
So when, as a female, your prostate gets cancer, you're going to have female prostate cancer surgery, right? Because you've been dealing with estrogen and you've been pumping in all of this stuff to try and grow tits and all of these sorts of things. So there are consequences to the ignoring of reality. And the consequences cannot be ignored because they impact the material. That's where they arise from. So we can think of ignoring as a mental state. There's you can actually blind yourself. If you look at the old, Star Trek things where they were trying to get Captain Picard to change his mental attitude by saying there were 5 lights instead of 4, right? And it's mind control. That's all this is mind control. So you can control your own mind in that sense, and you can put an illusion or a delusion on your own mind, and you can push it out to others and try and get it out there through fierce behavior, through language, through chopping on people's use of words, and through trying to alter their perception. And this is an illusion. This is a delusion that has the energy that you've put into it. It is not reality. The reality is that you would still have a male body. You would still be subjected to the possibility of prostate cancer and all the problems that males get. Just like Michelle Obama's going bald, male pattern baldness. Had a look at him. He's getting that typical thing right there, and he's got the back part. So it's a bad sign.
I had a look. I almost said I had to look at the back of her head.
African Americans, if you get both of those occurring at the same time, it means you're low in particular kinds of things in your body, probably due to female hormone introduction, and it'll lead to a heart attack. So it's just a sign of it, right? Anyway, so you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of reality. And we're at the consequences stage now. So we're seeing the mind control break down. They pushed it too hard, too fast, and it became very brittle. So their mind control was never organic, but as long as it was in the...
No, George News is a play on George, which was a magazine. It was a magazine that was kind of centered on like a political lifestyle theme. It was founded by JFK Jr., and a guy named Michael Berman, and it ran till like 2000. It ran for a couple years after JFK Jr. died, and I think that's where the George News comes from. Like when that went down, and this whole new movement come up, somebody grabbed George News and just started doing that.
Mass of humanity. It had an organic overlay or character to it because it could interweave throughout the.
They even have the same slogan, which is not just politics as usual. That was the George magazine slogan, and that's the George News slogan
of humanity. So we are individual thinkers. We're individuals. We're cantankerous. We like our own stuff. We don't like other people's stuff in that sense, right? We like what we like, and we don't like what we don't like. And so it is very difficult to, or humanity should not naturally arise in a situation where everybody's vibrating in the same, and we all like the same stuff, and we all dislike the same stuff. That will not occur. That's the way of the bug. All the bugs are this way. Okay, they can't help it. So all insects are chemically controlled mentally. So even the little grasshoppers and things we have here on Earth, you can make them do anything you want with squirting little pheromones into cages, right? You can get them to fight each other, this sort of thing. I know. I hung around with biologists and bug people that do this kind of stuff, right? That were studying pheromones and things.
Hey, look, I know. I hung out with biologists and bug people.
And so bugs are in a social order that is controlled by a molecule. This molecule would be created.
Again, the only question I want to leave you with, after you've watched this about the I'm just checking this dude out, and then I'm going to end the show. But why do people who keep telling us that Trump is coming back with NESARA, GESARA, universal basic income, going to take care of all the people that were there for him, all the people that promoted him, all the people that ran the shows, all the people who want donations, all the people with the Vatican gold. Why are they running multi-level marketing schemes on such a fucking large scale?
By the bug on top, the queen, usually, because they're usually matriarchies. And this molecule would be secreted in enough material to be pervasive throughout the hive. And none, because the individuated bugs are only basically receptors. They have no ability to, they have some ability to put out on their own, but they don't initiate it, right? They're just triggered by pheromones from the queens normally, and then they produce their own response to that. So in that sense, they're still a slave, but they do propagate it throughout the rest of the hive, and they can reach, in ants and stuff, they can go miles. They can send chemical signals for miles. And this is, as you see, what's happening.
The reason being is because nothing's coming, and they need to get their income in place before everybody figures it out. And no one, they may hate my channel because I call them out. That doesn't matter. All I've got to do is be here when it collapses. You can hate it all you want, but I'll be proven right.
Happen to humanity. We've been infected by a bug, and it's infected the minds of some humans, and it is using those infected minds to try and push out its message into the rest of humanity. And now it's reaching this point of resistance. And this is the woo, and we're now at this point where we're going to run into the consequences of the woo, right? So there's a lot of people that are trying to put up a delusion on behalf of the bug and ignore the woo, and the consequences are here now. So this is going to be the harsh time that we're coming up in, because it's going to be very... it's going to come out into the open, and that's going to affect our emotional responses to the behavior and the activity and stuff going on. And we will see a lot of things in sharp relief now. As we do see these things in sharp relief, our reasoning and emotional response to them will change. And it will change us as we go forward. Okay, now a lot of people that are normies are going to have a real hard time, because they're going to have to take a ton of red pill material all in a very short period of time. And a lot of these normies will be ill because they've taken the clot shot. So, we can look at our woo world in a way where we see that we have the progressives. These are all taken on structures and paradigms. The progressives, communists, same thing. Woke is also communist. CRT is also communist. Okay, so this is a layer here of people that are out and about further in our hive of humans, right? And they're the ones that are out spreading the message. And so now we see that, like Antifa. And look at how they've changed, okay? Because the left used to be fiercely, like 30 or 40 years ago, was fiercely anti-corporate. Now Antifa is out beating up people that are anti-vaxxers. And I'm an anti-vaxxer. I ain't taking that shit. And I don't like any of these things. Bill Gates won't have his kids vaxxed at all for anything. Any vaccine. All right, not just this. He won't have his kids vaccinated. They've never been vaccinated. He's like David Icke. David Icke would not have any of his kids vaccinated, and they're healthy and they're robust and so on, right? Bill Gates followed David Icke's model. He didn't have any of his kids vaccinated. But anyway, look, Antifa is out there now. They've swapped over. They've gone over to the bug, because their whole mindset has been changed to where they are now just simply authoritarians. They don't care who they're fighting for, as long as they're fighting as an authoritarian force. So they were authoritarians against Trump because they were deep staters against Trump. They fight for the deep state. Now the deep state has decided that the anti-vaxxers are the problem, and Antifa is out there fighting them, actually shooting people in Olympia. People in like probably 6 miles from where I used to live have been shot in the downtown Olympia in a brawl, a melee with Antifa, because Antifas are cowards. They wouldn't stand and fight. They ran. As they were running, one of their more cowardly guys started popping off rounds to keep everybody back, and he hit somebody. It looked like a .22 revolver. He fired five shots, and it looked like the sixth one didn't go, a misfire. Anyway, so we've got the progressives, the CRT, the woke, the Antifa, the commies. All right. Now these are the Western groups. Now we have in here, we have the other commies. These would be like the CCP, and communism is basically just a criminal gang. All right, they have no honor, they have no respect. They're just all about power. They're like chickens.
I don't know where that came from, but I've never seen any proof of that. Actually, I saw Bill Gates' daughter just recently got the Cove one, and made a joke about her dad on it.
The system works, so that's what you want. Anyway, so these guys here are a little deeper in our little drama here, right? And so we have down here, we have at the bottom, we have the bug's chief minions, right? These are the humans that actually have Depop as an agenda. Now, they think These guys here, these minions, these would be the Bill Gates, anybody who's ever had a quote out on the internet saying, as a respected member of society, I think we should have success through vaccines and reduce our population from 9 billion down to 6.5 billion. He was projecting out into the future. He was saying by 2020 we would have 9 billion people, but if we did things effectively, put out lots of vaccines, we would only have 6.5 to 7 billion. Well, hey guys, look where we're at. We're at 6.5 to 7 billion, and how many people have died from vaccines in Africa and India? And of course, in Africa and India, you can't get whole villages. You can't get anybody to take these vaccines because of the past track record of the people that have been associated with vaccines. There are actually, and they're doing 4 shots in India and in South America and in Africa, less so in Africa. But and people run, they flee. And I would too. I mean, if I was unarmed and faced a group of people arriving with deadly vaccine, deadly injections, I would shoot them. And if I didn't have guns, I would flee. Actually, I would probably rig up all kinds of deadly traps for them along the way and kill them without weapons. But nonetheless, the point being that you would react. You would not want to be involved in depopulating the earth. That's what they're after. So this is the structure of it all. And way down here, of course, is the bug, right? And these guys here, all the way up, nobody recognizes the depth of the woo. But they all are learning to recognize the consequences of the depth of the woo. And so this is the problem that normies face, because normies are floating up here, right? There's a little raft. There's our little normies on it. And they're doing stuff. They're got guys on a little balance board. They got a mast. They got a little sail. Got a rudder back here and 2 skeg keels. There's a bunch of normies up there. They're floating around on the top of the woo. And as they start waking up to what the hell's going on to them, their progression is downward, right? In an emotional sense. So this is our emotional journey. And so basically, when you're down here, you're in what they used to call the underworld. And this, as all of the minions here, including Hollywood, will tell you, is the hero's journey.
Oh shit, this is from back all the way in 2018.
Okay. So, and bring back knowledge and all of that. This is the actual mythos that is underlying the Age of Aquarius, is the representation of the pinnacle of the hero's journey. And as we get into this, further into this Age of Aquarius, we're going to go deeper into this emotional journey for all the normies, and many of them will discover that they have been told by Hollywood that this hero's journey.
This guy has a lot of like he's got a lot of videos on BitChute. And the person who sent it to me said he must be the new king of BitChute. I mean, there's just a shit ton of videos here that all have woo in it. That's his thing, I guess. Tidal woo, just another woo cult. He does call out Charlie Ward in that video we were just watching.
Hello, humans. This is it was. And it's happened to me 3 times. And as I say, maybe it's been 3 weeks. Maybe it's been in the last 3 weeks.
Ric Flair fan.
Perhaps a little bit longer than that. The
maybe
impression I get is a very fleeting emotional push that goes towards and makes me feel ever so slightly pleasant initially, ever so slightly relaxed and relieved initially, and then I realize that emotion is being attached to the thought of the vaccination needle. And this is antithetical to my being. Okay, I'm a paranoid. I'm not afraid of needles. I've sutured myself, right? I've stitched myself up and, hauled great chunks of stuff out of me and cleaned up the wounds and all of that and used lidocaine and sutures and this kind of needling. And it's like, no, I'm not afraid of needles. What gets me as a paranoid, though, is that fluid in the needle that I did not put in there, I don't know about, et cetera, right? It sends a fear shiver up my back, and it is not the needle, it's not going into my body. It is the actual paranoia that's associated with the material being in me. And that's what paranoia is about. It's about external stuff. It's a body-mind driven thing, paranoia. Anyway, so this is antithetical to my nature, to have any kind of a pleasant thought relative to, and it wasn't pleasant per se, it's very difficult to describe. It's almost as though it was the very first one anyway, it was almost as though I would characterize it as a sense of relief. And then the second time it occurred, it was a sense of, lasted a little bit longer, and it was a sense of relief with an ever so slight sense of relaxation. And so that second time really freaked me out, right? And I'd been carrying it back in my mind, aware that it had happened. And I had actually, because I'm my age and because my mother went into dementia, and there's all other kinds of weird energies and stuff around here, I analyzed my own thinking process to try and keep up with the potential for degradation of that thinking process. And so I sort of carried that idea around, that this was a second occurrence of a very weird thing, very strange, because I'm full on going to slug the hell out of you and stomp you into a bloody mess if you try and come at me with one of those needles. And as I say, I'm not afraid of needles. It's not the needle, it's the material inside, right? The euthanasia material. Anyway, but so then it happened the third time. Now the third time was really interesting because the other 2 times were daylight when I was awake and I was walking around. And because of my colon cancer, my sleep is erratic and so on. So I go to sleep early and stuff. And it happened again just as I was in a nocturnal state of pre-sleep, that point where you're descending sort of into consciousness, into the lack of consciousness, right? But you're still vaguely aware there. You're snuggling down, and it all sort of comes together. And I had my Pure Sleep product, so that period is very brief. It doesn't take me long to get to sleep, right? And so I was just starting to settle into sleep, and it happened again. This time, though, for whatever reason, I was able to react to it and sort of trace it to myself internally. And I saw I didn't have a vision or anything. I didn't get words or any of that kind of stuff. But I say I saw, but it's not I didn't really see. I perceived that there was a connection between this attempt or between this feeling of the relief associated with the injection, which is antithetical to me and just sends a shiver up my spine now. There was a feeling with that I could trace down to death. Now look, I've seen death. I've been there 3 times in this body recently, like July 13th, right? 2018. And so that's a fresh taste in my mouth, right? And so I knew where I was going with this. And so it was my conclusion, just independent, just in my own body and in my own mind, that there were some really weird energies out there that I had suspected were causing a inappropriate thoughts, right? And so it's like, wow, this is a little weird. I had no intention of talking to anybody about it as this thing occurred. And the only reason I'm bringing it up now is because it has been externally validated. So if it is strange energies from space coming zinging in and causing my neural stuff to rearrange, it's happening to some other people as well. Now, I've had so far, I've had 6 communications about this effect from 6 separate people. Actually, one person was sort of 2 people because it was a husband and wife team kind of thing, right? But 6 separate communications. And in 6 separate times, these people self-identified as psychics. And I think at least 3 or 4 of them are like making their living that way and have for some time, like for years. Like one woman has been doing it for like 31 years, and she's successful at it. She does good with it. Anyway, though, so these people self-identify as psychics. And in all 6 cases, they are telling me that they either received a vision or heard words. And the one woman just today wrote me and said that she heard the words or perceived the thought as words of, oh, just get the jab, it'll be okay, period. And so that sort of is that would be sort of a loose association to how my first experience of this thing was. If you wanted to try and characterize it like that, it wasn't a big push, it wasn't a big emotional response or anything, but for me, instantly it brings up that paranoia and I freaked out. And I thought it was just me, because I'm a paranoid, right? Shit happens to my mind. And so when I get validation like this, the first time I thought, oh, well, because I read through it and I just sort of put this over into this one bin in my email, didn't get seriously involved in it, and then had my own experience subsequent to that, didn't tie it to that first email, had a couple of other emails, and the emails were misleading me in terms of my thinking. I did not tie my experience to these other emails until basically just today, when this other woman sent me an email, and it was like, okay, so now here's the thing. I've had 6 communications of people telling me that they think they are targeted individuals.
I was just kind of trying to see what his beliefs are.
Or picking shit up out of the voice of God technology, and or are getting 5G radiation zapped into their brains to make them take the shot.
I don't know. I've never watched him. Somebody sent it to me.
Where that impression, that impetus, that disturbance in me came from.
Warning, mass mind control.
Thinking about it as being external, I'm so far removed from anything relative to 5G or wave technology or any of that it would be highly improbable that I was being affected by that. On the other hand, all these people are saying that they're psychics, and a much more, I understand 5G technology, I know what it's about relative to the phone systems, I know you can do things with it as a military weapon system, but the military weapon systems are hugely powered in giant big things, not the 5G antennas that are the low power systems they're putting all over the place. 5G is intended to be low power because it needs to be. Too many cell phones, that's the issue. I'll get into that some other time. But anyway, so I didn't put it down to 5G. So I got these emails, people telling me, oh, they're using directed energy weapons to get us to take the jab. And I'm paranoid. And it's like, okay, that's an interesting thought. And, put them into this bin. Then I got this email today, and I'd had one of these episodes, this last episode a few days back. And it was like, okay, there really is something going on. Because it's happened to me 3 times. 3 times is a pattern. It's not happenstance. And so I would suspect that if this is occurring at a general level, it's not being done through 5G radiation specifically or anything like that, but must be much more sophisticated to reach down and hit me at an emotional level, because it's actually moving my body and not my mind. Now these other people are psychics, and so they're much more sensitive than I am, and so they're getting that stuff in their mind as opposed to having it bubble up from their guts. Anyway, so this is a weird woo warning, right? Or a weird warning about the woo.
Unlimited electricity
and electron
energy,
and or psychic, space alien kind of thing. Who knows? There is some kind of a mechanism that is apparently affecting people with these bursts of it's okay to take the shot. And by the way, that was common in all 6 email communications. Was that or all 6 communications? Was that the thing lasts very short, very brief. It's harsh, and the psychics say
it's. I mean, I like covering people, but he's kind of boring me.
I actually had to think about, now, what am I experiencing? What am I feeling here, right? And then I could put words to it. So it was that much of a lower grade thing for me. Now, maybe it's because I'm way the fuck away from whatever is the mechanism that is happening here. None of these people, as far as I know, are even in my state that I've been talking to. So whatever it is that's going on, at least Northern Hemisphere effective, a big chunk of the Northern Hemisphere, if I put all those emails or communications and spread them out on a map. So anyway, so just be advised, if you start thinking that, oh, you're going to love the jab, it isn't your thought probably. There's something going on there, and you need to examine this idea that, are you actually under your own control now? I am. I'm not going to take the jab or whatever, and none of these people were, and all of them had the same response. All these people being psychic, I guess they knew that way the fuck back when, that the jab was death. But anyway, they all say they're not going to take it no matter what. Now they're even more freaked out. And without exception, all of them are thinking, oh my God, is somebody targeting me individually? And it would seem, it could be, but it would seem, if so, that I'm getting something, at least to the degree that I perceived it. And I suspect that now that I've brought this up, we'll get many more people saying, yeah, damn, that happened to me too. And I don't think it's advertising, because I don't consume advertising. I mean, deliberately, I don't see TVs or any of that kind of stuff, right? So I don't have any of that kind of stuff as input to my brain. So I don't think it's advertising. I think it's a little bit more subtle than that, but also very insidious, very deeply disturbing. And I'm going to keep a real tight rein on my own thoughts relative to this, because I don't want to, have a loose thinking moment and end up doing something I regret. And the hell of it is, I know some people that were anti-jab, right? And they've taken it. And they were anti-jab, and they've taken it. Now that they've taken it, they're coming up with like bullshit excuses as to why they took it. But they were anti-jab. I never expected them to turn, and they did. And so it was like, why? These were solid alpha males that had no reason to change their opinion of this. And then the reason that they give after the fact is really bullshit.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored now. Anyways, guys, take with it what you want. It seems like, Phil's doing the silver MLM, but they're behind that. Deeper than that, he's the only one I've seen doing that of the grifters. Seems like they're building a fucking empire of MLMs behind the scenes. So, thank you for the donation tonight. We had, I think we had one from ex Sugar Mama. I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. And that's it for me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate it. I'm going to go to the full overscreen and use the Ballad of the Street Fighter as our outro. So let me throw this up. And we'll get out of here for the night. Hit me up on Telegram. We'll see you later. Let me see, where is my full over? There it is. Well, if I can find the right one. Yeah, I think that's it. 324. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Slow it down. You have to send an email to coldbeerconfess@gmail.com to get on the Telegram.
Street fighter, kicking ass and taking names.
In a car by yourself, probably with your saddle shoes on and your sister's bobby socks.
Patriot, meat diver, gonna do a little dance with his tomahawk. Rider coming to your town on his motorbike. Or maybe
now being conducted here and also across the world. See, we've got a let's say we've got a camera issue here going to work on. Not sure why, but it's like we have the wrong camera working on it.
Patriot, meat beater, bringing the love to his fellow man.
You want to kill yourself? No problem. I'll hand you a rusty butter knife. You can cut your head off right in front of me. I have no problem with that if that's what you want to do.
Patriot, weed fighter, give us a call, we can do it all. Patriot, street sweeper.
That amazing video by BT. Yeah, if you want to join the Telegram, you got to send me an email at coldbeerconfess@gmail.com, and also if that's also the same email for PayPal. Thank you guys again for joining us. I'll play some outro music, get out of here. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. Hit me up if you need me.
Show me the beauty when the color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. So I sit back and relax, still asking myself the same questions. Ignore the facts, I can't turn back. God, please answer me. I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist and gut wrench. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing. I'm not religious, but remember this: I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me. It's hard to believe, and everything around me is so diseased. So answer this: who the fuck are you, and who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all His prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I've clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half mast. Hard to live in the mood so fast, and everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions, but where the fuck is the light in my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die when happiness is in short supply? They hand you a pill and they tell you to try to love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades. Give me the courage, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight in my darkest days.
Oh shit.
Show me the beauty when the color fades.
You guys know what I forgot? Alright, listen, if you're one of the 166 people that's still on here, do not leave. You're about to get a sneak peek. Stay where you are. Let me pull this down. I completely forgot, and now I feel like a dickhead. But I don't know. I haven't been having a real good week. Afghanistan, all the stuff going on. Like, my mind's just been full. You guys noticed I haven't been on Telegram. I haven't been answering emails good. I apologize. But Intel Lady made me a video, and I literally forgot to play it. And I was supposed to play it the freaking show. And you guys haven't seen it yet, but I have, and it's freaking amazing. So, if you're still on the channel, here's your chance for a sneak peek, because it'll be on the show tomorrow. So, if you don't want to see it now, if you want to be surprised tomorrow, that's up to you. But damn it, I'm such an idiot. Anyways, here we go. Let me throw it up. I'll just go ahead and do it full over my face, and that way, when we're done, we'll just end the show. That'll be the end of the show. But if you don't want to see it right now, it's fixing to play, so you best leave. Here we go.
Is your kitty a little lackluster? Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Oh, hey, kitty. Does it seem disinterested whenever President Trump goes on Fox News?
Ooh, kitty, it's Mr. President. Say, hey there, Mr. President.
Don't you wish you could put some pep into your patriotic pussy's step? Then you need the new Milk Toast Pussy. Milk Toast Pussy is a patriotic supplement for your cat. Brought to you by the good guys at the Patriot Feet Hiter Company, Milk Toast Pussy has the ideal balance of conservative values blended together beautifully with a dash of ivermectin and a sprinkling of cornbread.
Oh, my kitty loves her cornbread.
Now your kitty will have a patriotic pep in their step. Milk Toast Pussy. Pep up your patriotic puss.
I'm so sorry that I forgot that Intel Lady. Thank you very much for making it. What I'm going to do is I'll probably sit here and record a little intro for that, and then I'll put it as a premiere to come on first thing in the morning and send everybody over to your page at patriothunkers.com. If you want to follow Intel Lady, if you want to subscribe miraculously through sheer luck, the website patriothunkers.com redirects you to her YouTube. So check that out. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.